Also, welcome on into Phoenix. Before we get started, it is Phoenix's birthday, so I'm obligated to play the birthday song. But yeah, so I'll be honest with you. This welcome on in, Jaren. Glad to have you, Sweepy. I'll be honest with you. I completely forgot that today was my affiliate anniversary. Like, it completely slipped my mind. I specifically set it up for Monday. What's up, Chris?
Phoenix. Phoenix.
I mean, yeah. To be fair, the way Phoenix is spelled is not the way it should be pronounced. I'm gonna be honest with you, because it's why is it O before E? I guess because it's like, I mean, it's probably like a Greek word if memory serves. But yeah. Also, we do have song request open, so feel free to throw some songs in there. Phonics. I love hooked on phonics. All right, let me see. It looks like we are currently in the process of we don't currently have anything in the queue, so let me just go ahead and stick some like OCT on or something. What are you watching this time? Welcome on NPC. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. So forever ago, I actually played this game. I'd like the hat, Starky. Yeah. So the hat was actually like a gift from Peepo when we were getting ready to debut the model. It was actually he gave it to me on my birthday. I haven't heard of Hooked on Phonics in decades. Isn't Phoenix Greek in origin? That's what I would assume so. But yeah, I figured because like this is a great game for yapping, and like I figured that that's probably a better fit for it's probably a little bit of a better fit for like an affiliate stream where I would be chatting with y'all. Because like honestly, it's kind of wild to think that I've been streaming for 3 years. Like that doesn't feel right. But you know, so last we left off, we were like, hold up, we were like halfway through the Warhammer pack. Yeah, we've done two of the Warhammer pack stuff. I'm assuming they're probably all vehicles. I think that the name Phoebe falls in that category too. Well, because I'm assuming it's based off of like Phobos or Hold up. Also, I got fucking stompy ass boots. Hold up. Why is there so much shit here? Right about how pancakes should be made, like the thickness, toppings, etc. Okay, hold up. Welcome on to Brianna. Glad I can see you, Bean. All right, we're starting off with a rant with rants. You know what? I think I think pancakes do not get nearly the amount of respect they deserve. Yeah, everyone's like, oh, waffles this, waffles that, French toast this. Nah, y'all are fucking sleeping on pancakes. Proper pancake, at least an inch thick. You know, it's got to be properly fluffy so that way, like, soak up the syrup. But hold on for just a minute, because the best kind of pancake does not use syrup, because the syrup is the fucking is the because syrup is not the optimal topping for like a delicious baked good. You hear me out now. The best type of pancake, a pancake where you load it up with whipped cream and then you do like a fruit topping. You like you hit that with like, you know, like your strawberry preserves or whatever, and like you fill it with like bananas. I had so much more I could have said. For once the redeem was not long enough. Oh, come on, the people's used gadget and codename. Glad to have you, sweet beans. So I'm getting distracted already because I never actually noticed that this entire area is modeled. So I don't play Warhammer 40k. I'm assuming that all this is like, oh my god, I forgot how fucking loud the water is. God damn. Chocolate syrup is good on pancakes. I do like a good chocolate syrup. Although, to be fair, if you're doing that, it does increasingly like reach like a dessert status. Although, like, breakfast, like, dessert for breakfast isn't necessarily something I'm going to be, like, opposed to. There we go. That should prevent it from destroying your ears as well as mine. Why is this so intricately modeled? Why? I feel like this is not a good place to be storing your candles. But the thing about Warhammer 40k is the funny robot skeletons. Yeah, isn't the like Emperor of Warhammer 40k basically just like a dude in a coffin? What's up here? Nope, still can't read that. But yeah, no. Anyways, it's kind of wild to think that, like, streaming has like become such like an integral part of my life that like it hardly registers that it's even been 3 years. Because in my mind, like the divorced gay robot skeleton couple, aka the Infinite and the Divine, I do not know nearly enough about I don't know nearly enough about Warhammer 40k to lore to disagree or agree. Welcome on in, Ledger. Go ahead, Sweet Bean.
I know it's StarkyMorph birthday, it's about time.
Not quite. It is, I guess, in a sense, the birthday of the stream. You need to read the Infinite and the Divine. All right. Commissar Franz, tech priests know that I expect my tank to be flawless upon its return. I'll be honest with you. From what I know about the world of Warhammer 40k, I don't think they have time to like spend washing the fucking like tanks they have. You had the birthday hat? Yeah, it's part of the stream of the affiliate anniversary. Which is kind of wild to think about, because like, I basically, I'll be honest with you, I because of the fact that like I'm friends with PubMed, I kind of skipped the part where like I wasn't an affiliate and was just streaming. Because that lasted for like all of like, I guess like a week and a half, because I still need to stream 7 days total. What's up, Chris?
Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to
It's not my birthday, Chris. Yes, it's Erratic Phoenix's birthday. Good, also. You know what? It's your birthday. Enjoy the shirt. all I ask is you return it washed. But yeah. So there actually is a birthday today, which I'm always like, I feel like there's 2 times where like a lot of events happen. I feel like a lot of the times events happen very specifically in like the month of like October, or like the month of November, and then a ton of stuff happens in March. Keep getting fake job ads and scam job ads. I hate 2025 job hunting. Oh, it's absolutely the single most miserable experience of all time. Like sincerely, do not hold out any hope for a job ad, because I got substantially more requests to hear about an MLM than I did job offers while I was searching. Actually, amendment. While searching for a job, I got significantly more MLMs than I got responses from any place I applied to that wasn't automatically generated. I think I got like 4 MLM offers, and I was like, okay, thank you, but no. And then like 3 scams, which was like right as... Those scams all happened at the same time I was going through a lot of shit. It's like, wow, you motherfuckers could not have chosen a worse time. The TLDR on the scam is if they send you a check and they're like, oh, hey, it's a work remote position, but we need you to have all this stuff. They'll send you a check, and the check will somehow commit like check fraud that the bank never bothers to stop, and it like deducts from your account instead of adding to it. I don't know, man. I guess the rules only. I guess it's only check fraud when it happens to a wealthy company. So like the song played midway through when I got back. To be fair, it was the first one put in the queue. But yeah, no. So if you get an offer for a position and they're like, hey, here's a check, go buy all this stuff for your company. No. Tell them to fucking send you the equipment. Welcome on in, Raz. Good to have you, Sweet Bean. Among our numbers of the regiment withheld. Are you familiar with them, Tech Priest? While most of the number need encouragement from my power sword, with regiment withheld, I need to hold them back. We're fucking censoring shit in real time. Goddamn. You know it, even if it is before work. On which side of the power sword might you fall, Tech Priest? Girly, I'm not fucking with anyone who has a weapon called the power sword. I recommend LinkedIn and seeing where professionals get their career starts. LinkedIn is the worst place to be. I'm gonna be 100% with you. Sincerely, just like find a place you want to work, and then like find a bunch of places you want to work and apply directly on the website. LinkedIn jobs are basically just all like, it's all baiting, like basically because, you know, fake job postings are, like, a very real industry. Because the idea is, like, if you can prove that there's no, like, you know... A lot of times it's, like, for, like, to, like, justify getting a visa to the United States. Honestly, make your own website, folks. It might actually, yeah. I might actually go through the process of doing that. The problem is a lot of my fucking free time goes into streaming. And I can't exactly put this on my job application. It's like fucking, yeah, I'm gonna be a... Hello, yes, I am a professional computer scientist. I spend my free time being a gay bird on the internet. No, like, no one's gonna fucking hire me. Can't or won't. Okay, I can, but I have a feeling that if I tried to put that on a resume, put your skills and stuff on there, I guess to be fair, like, you know, because, like, I do get, like, you know, I can put, like, oh, social media management on, like, my resume, because I actually do that. The problem is, if they ever fucking ask me, it's like, oh, what did you do for social media for it? And I'm like, want me to sugar daddy you, Starky? What do you mean by that? I'm concerned. Welcome on our days, Wolf, and good on you, sweet bean. But yeah, no. Me take the offer. To be fair, that was a Telegram scam that went around a couple of times where you would just get, like, randomly messaged out of the blue with, like, oh, do you want to be a do you want to be a sugar baby? And presumably there's some scam element associated with it. It's like, I don't necessarily know what the like, idea of the scam is. Maybe it's like catfishing? I'm not sure. Welcome on to Ruffles. Glad to have you, sweet bean. Skills, burb language, caw, owl, tweet. Starky's application video for entry. Pig butchering. But yeah, no, like, if I'm gonna, because, like, I probably could. Welcome on in Big Crossbar. Glad to have you, sweet bean. I just think it's like a pain in the ass where it's like, my fucking professional skills don't matter for shit. It feels like, because it's like, you know, because, like, I do have a GitHub, but, like, my GitHub's blank because all of the shit I do is, like, you know, it's on an account that's usually associated with what I'm working on. Like, it's never, like, my private GitHub. It's always, like, GitHub at whatever I worked on, like, you know. I just want an entry-level job, yet I still get ignored. The funny thing is, like, I've actually seen, like, because I've been applying to certain Canadian positions, it seems like all of the Canadian positions they want, like, are, like, specifically, like, less than 5 years, which I think is really funny. Should I revive the dead meme once? Just one more wouldn't hurt? No, sir. This is, okay, this is no longer a fucking dead meme if you're just gonna revive it at the drop of a hat. You can't claim it's a dead meme. This is fucking meme necromancy. What's your opinion on burrito-backed securities as the future of finance? I mean, it's just about as stable as any other type of finance, I'm not gonna lie with you. Welcome on in Cam Cool, though. Glad to have you, sweet bean. If you revive the dead, make sure to use Polka. Trying to get video production work is so annoying because majority of jobs and be like, we're a well-established video production studio. Job requirements: 3 video cameras, X amount of studio lights, gimbals, tripods, you know, everything you expect a studio to have. Yeah, like that's you. Okay, congratulations, you're now outsourcing literally every aspect of being a fucking recording studio. Because it's a stream anniversary, we can't go without it happening once. Okay, you know, fair enough. It is at this point deeply ingrained in the stream DNA, so I can't fault you there. But also, pay $15 an hour. At what point do we just, like, let the boomer world burn?
It's almost a month of
What's up,
April.
Chris?
The smell of the flowers blooming, the grass turning green, the summer air creeping up, temps aren't too hot or cold, it would need a mosquito.
Welcome on to the Lobster. I'm glad I was sleeping. I do like spring. I personally prefer fall, but spring is nice too. Is hopefully okay. Weirdly enough, I feel like the bottom of a tank would be the part I would be expected to be coated with the mud the most. It's supposed to be spring over here, but we got snow today. Never fall for Midwest fall spring, or fall spring 2, or fall spring 3. Beyond the regiment withheld stand 3 companies of Cadian troops. Cold air plus hot tub plus rain equals favorite weather. I will swap rain for snow as well. Fall feels like one of those warm goodbyes. Exactly. Plus you get like all of the pretty colors of the trees. To say they will be squandered in my diversionary vanguard is an understatement. Jesus Christ, Commissar Franz. Are you supposed to be talking about this with a random techno priest? But I doubt you possess the honor to fight alongside them. I'll be honest with you, I don't feel like I'm missing much. Fall and winter for me, love fall, especially when it's overcast and slightly cool. Slight winds and very distant thunder, even though it never rains. Now that's a vibe. I do love just like a little bit of thunder. Now I get a video production job where I have to fight for shifts. It's like, okay, what's the fucking... Can we just, like, make our own money? I know that's like, haha, oh, you mean crypto? No. I mean, like, what if we just, like, as a generation, like, across multiple nations, just be like, yeah, we got fucking Schmebel coin, or, like, Schmebel dollars. Like, we got the fucking central repository of Schmebel. Fuck you. You just can't pay with dollars. Fuck you. It's Schmebel or nothing. Because remember, like, fiat currency only exists because we believe it exists. You want thunder? How about these cheeks? Oh my god. We could share a couple of ambiance videos I saved to my mystery ambiance playlist that fit that scenario. Starky only exists because I believe he exists. Yeah, fun fact. I'm like Tinkerbell, where if you stop believing in me, I die. I'm sure saying that won't have any negative consequences whatsoever. I say completely clueless. The best example I can find is from Firewatch and Arma 2. Everyone's an anarchist till they have a pro... Monkey, what the fuck did you just... Everyone's an anarchist till they have a pro-state orgasm. Mods, feed him Italian food. Feed him English food. Do you believe in this existence of Starky? I use LinkedIn to follow what my fellow college graduates are currently doing with their degrees and what students from other colleges with similar degrees to me are doing. My consciousness generated Starky's metaphysical existence, and he now exists. Starky's real run now. I swear it doesn't GTA 5 where he does distant thunder, but it's also super quiet. I can barely hear it. There's tons of strange sounds again, so who knows. But, like, it's because... The funny thing is, like, I actually caught up with one of my friends from high school, and it turns out in my friend group from high school, I'm the fuck up, which is kind of funny to think about. Because, like, all of them ended up, like, with relatively stable work, and I'm just over here like, okay, cool. Because a lot of them ended up fucking, like, jumping out from, like, when I joined college, I was, like, one of, like, 6 friends in fucking computer science, and every single one of them bailed. I was like, wow. And then, you know what, ended up being the fucking smarter decision for them to just leave. Because the industry is currently flooded. What can you do? What can you do? Alright, thank you, random voice crack. You're really selling it. I didn't consider, that at all. Everyone's success varies. To be fair, I don't necessarily care too much. Because it's like... Ultimately, I am happy now, and the future is so ephemeral right now that, like, it's hard for me to put any stock in long-term consequences. Power of alcoholism, form of homelessness. Hey, extremely Marge Simpson voice. Hey kids, can you lighten up a little? Until I have financial ability to sugar daddy folks, I'll continue to keep feeding them. I do appreciate that. Oh wow, what can you do? I am but the gentle blurb, Starky clips out of context. You know what? You know what? No, that's a good out of context quote. I hope that gets played on someone else's stream. I hope so. I want nothing more than for someone else to have to deal with the prostate orgasm. I was gonna focus on making shit. If I can eventually monetize it, then hell yeah. To be fair, that's like... It's not necessarily like the long shot goal of this stream. The stream is primarily just like a social outlet for me. Because like I do think that eventually the tides will turn. What's up, Chris?
Yo, Starky, I found this fucking amazing drink. It's called 4 Motherfucking Loco, and I have
oh god, who gave Chris Four Loco?
I fight with outside a motherfucking Waffle House, and I will either lose or become stronger than God.
So both of those options are lost. What's up, Chris?
Starky, is mayonnaise just sandwich lotion?
No, it's throat lotion for a sandwich. You're welcome. Data recording. Finally, we have the penal legions. I've collected these redacted hyperbolic from every corner of the galaxy. I would have them redacted illustrative in their cells when they can be put to use, fighting for the glory of the Imperium. That's, like, probably fine. Starky is real. Apparently I'm real. Mayonetta, our queen. I'll be honest with you, Mayonetta can lubricate my throat any day. What the fuck did I just... Hey, chat, what the... You know what? No. I'm sticking with it. Congratulations, you still exist in 2025. Great. Great. I love it. My favorite existence. Listen, it's like a solid 60 to 70% of streaming is just saying stupid shit. Nice 9 months to go, Starky. You got this. It's gonna be a fucking hell of a long month. Congrats, you're making history. I made a new sentence. I made a new sentence about our queen, Mayonetta. I should not be allowed to speak the English language. I should not be allowed to speak any languages intended for humans. I think that's like the lesson we need to learn here. Is like, God cursed me with the gift of language, and I have to make it all of your guys' problems. And funnily enough, I'm not even the fucking worst about that, because Monkey Kensu is infinitely worse than I am, and he's a fucking writer. He literally writes in his free time, and is really, really good about it, and also uses that to hurt people. Fresh dose of realism. Listen, if your reality doesn't have Mayonetta in it, what are you even doing? You know, to be fair, Mayonetta is actually thanks to Bayonetta 3, Mayonetta is now canon to the Bayoverse. And life gave you a platform to say these thoughts. Yeah, I think life demands misery, and misery demands company. You're welcome. Artists deserve to use their skills to cause psychic damage to others. Yeah. You're not wrong. Welcome on in, Joe Werewolf. Thank you for the 10 biddies. I am a big fan of those style of emotes. I believe that's Kentaro, right? Or hold up a moment. Yeah, I was like that's Kentaro. I recognize the suit. But yeah, welcome on in. How you doing, you sweet bean? The Hoobas? Yo, okay, let's go. The Hoobas are real. I do respect some good Hoobas. Welcome on, Chaos. Good to have you, sweet bean. Company demands Bayonetta.
What does this button do?
Oh, Chaos, no. Not, it's my birthday. You can't sacrifice a chimp on my birthday. Oh, never mind. It's a wholesome button. It's the wholesome. We got the wholesome button, chat. I actually, like, you know, it's not often we actually get the wholesome button, so I'm 10 out of 10. Timty. I need like 3 men. Maybe 4. I just need to cuddle with 3 to 4. Maybe 5 men. The number just keeps going up every single time. And it's like, is the wholesome one like 1 in 100? We have a couple wholesome ones. It's just that there's like 200 button presses total. which is why every time I go to edit the button press redeem, something, like, Mix-It-Bot freezes for a solid, like, minute and a half every single time. Which is why I've slowed down adding button presses, because I want to still have the redeem. I don't know what'll happen if, like, I just can't open it anymore. Yeah, because we have the cat wholesome button, and then we have like the shekel donk. That's also very wholesome. Button is generally blurst. Results may vary. Yeah. All I know is that people do it a lot of times hoping for Piss Queen, and I both hate and respect it. What's up, Chris?
Ideal night is like my ideal brand of burger. 5 guys just absolutely shoved down his mouth.
Shut up. I hate it here. You said Mayonetta could do what? Welcome on in, Cossack. Let have you, Sweet Bean. I refuse to elaborate. There we go. That's the correct response. I refuse to elaborate. The button press should have a small chance to make your shirt disappear by your low-res explosion. That could be fun. We're just like, maybe the explosion should happen whenever the shirt disappears. The problem is, like, the shirt disappearing actually, like, there's like a timing to it that I don't quite have figured out, because it doesn't disappear immediately. There we go. Oh, Starky sent the wrong application video to Microsoft. She sent the out-of-context clips instead. I would not fucking work for... To be honest with you, I don't think I would work for any big company right now. Because I'm not trying to have, like, a 1-year position. I'm trying to actually, like, have a career and not fucking be rotated in place.
Stares at you, Mayonetta.
What do you want from me? What about Mayonetta? You'd have to elaborate. You have to be more specific. Here's the thing, if you can just hold people hostage conversationally, if you force them to initiate, they're taking L's. Yeah, it's like, that's why I refuse, it's like why I refuse to apply to any place that's doing primarily AI. I refuse to apply to any big industry name, because every single one of them has like a massive turnover rate right now. And so I'm like, nah, no thank you. I refuse to elaborate. Well, you'll never find out then. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know, man. It's hard not to feel like the entire economy is just one big rug pull. Unauthorized data override. Do not listen to the ramblings of that infernal commissar. We in the Penal Legions pledge our allegiance to the Imperium voluntarily. I'm honored to be part of this regiment. From Private Balk. Happy anniversary. Welcome on in, Astro. Good on you, Sweet Bean. What's up, Chris? Better to redacted conjecture and honorable futility than as a traitor and redacted conditions like firm concrete bot. What's up, Chris?
Okay, Starky, what's up? Want some cheese?
Yes. I would appreciate some cheese.
Happy anniversary, Dada. Okay, good night.
No one mourns the wicked. Burn to Netto. Oh, shit, burn. Can we a shout out for Juice Goo and Natural, by the way? Heckin' super sweet beans. Both very sweet streamers. Go give them a check out if you're not already. But yeah, no. We're just chatting life stuff. Mostly the negative, but you know, sometimes you just gotta get it out of you, you know? It's not necessarily something I do often. Because, you know, I a lot of times I'm just like, what you know. I recognize that, like, everyone's kind of going through stuff, which is, like, it's not necessarily a good excuse to not get my own feelings out, but, like, a lot of times it makes me feel it's like, oh, you know. I just, you know. Makes me worry that, like, if I don't actually find any catharsis complaining, that I'm just gonna, like, put emotional weight on someone. I should clean up the Rogel Dorn Baltic. I see, welcome on in, Hollow. Plenty of you, Sweet Bean. We could have gotten a copious core rant about this. Am I shouting at anyone aside from Goose? Goose and then Ashrel. Those are the two shout-outs. Get out the gushy gunk. Yeah, this tank's fucked up. The question is this blood or mud? There we go. Yes. Fair enough. Fair point. Fair do. What's up, Crisp?
Hey.
Yeah?
Missed a spot.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. I definitely.
Oh,
Chris!
sorry. Don't know what that was. You're cute.
Hold up. Not me checking to see what it means. Binary to text. Starky never noticed me this time. I flew. No, I said hi, Gadget. I definitely noticed you earlier. Can we shout out for Gadget? It converts to something that it converts to question mark. Is this gonna be an Among Us? Those were random, Starky. Listen.
You would please power wash me, Starky. I'm a really messy rat, and I've been naughty and I refuse to shower, so
Hey,
you
so
have to punish me with the power washer, Daddy.
So I realize I need you to time yourself out. No, he saw me hiding my food. That might be the worst thing that Crisp has ever been made to say. It's definitely up there. But also, Chad has done Chad has hidden messages to fuck with me before. I've lost my ability to trust Chat. You've done this to me, Chat. You've done this to me. I can't time myself out. Damn it. I don't have the channel points. But also, careful what you wish for, because I'm pretty sure, like, if you hold a power washer close enough, I have to imagine that it probably could cut through flesh. You ever see, like, those videos of, like those, you know, those, like, hydraulic drills? Like, not the hydraulic drills, but, like, the water drills being used to, like, cut through metal. And you ever wonder what that would do to a human hand? It can? Perfect. I mean, what? At least one furry is into it. I mean, to be fair, I've seen, you know, while casually browsing certain websites, I've definitely accidentally run into a decent amount of gore, so... Apparently furries, some furries into that. It can. Welcome on in, Red. Good on you, sweet bean. Can you show for the Red Dragoon? That's a thought I need to know as well. We're talking about power washing. And the things that water can do to your flesh when ejected at high velocities. What's up, Chris?
Hello, chat. I am Crisp. Me and my pineapple slice will take over the planet. Subscribe and like
it's
again to
cheese.
see Starky remove his lab coat.
It's cheese.
But never the goggles. Never.
Listen, maybe on the old model the goggles would stay on, but this model actually is this the Warhammer mode? Yeah, this is. I started this like forever ago, and then I just never got around to playing it again, and I got jump scared by, oh wait, that's right, today's my affiliate anniversary, so let me go ahead and pull out like a yapping game, which this is actually like a great for that. But yeah, I actually know nothing about Warhammer lore. I vaguely know some of the concepts and like some of the groups. What's up, Chris?
Pineapple slice.
What? How do you? I didn't buy you with pineapple slice. I bought you cheese. How did you get your hand on the pineapple slice? Pokemon unlocked. That have you, sweet bean. Also, we did get a shout for Red Dragoon, right? Perfect, we did. It's a lot. To be fair, people who like it seem to really enjoy it, which I'm like really happy for. It's just that I already have too many hobbies that are huge money sinks. So the idea of another huge money sink, also a huge time sink, is like, What's up, Chris?
Speaking of seeing unsavory art on certain sites, shout out to the Pilot Eagle for being in so much gore art and other stuff of that nature that I have their owner personally on a blacklist on both V6 and Fear.
Honestly, that's fair. I know exactly who you're talking to, or who you're talking about. I definitely run into a lot of their art in my searching. Which, like, hey, if that's your speed, more power to you. It's just not necessarily what I want to run into. But yeah. Because, like, so in regards to, like, expensive hobbies, I enjoy Magic the Gathering, I stream. Yeah, I'm not kink shaming, just kink averting my eyes. That's fair. But, you know, what was it? Yeah, that's right, hobbies. I stream, which is already a huge money sink. Magic the Gathering is another money sink. And then cooking is my other hobby, which, it can be cheap. Specifically if you are making it cheap, but because it is a hobby, I tend to put at least a little bit of money into it. Hold up, let me... Welcome on in, Xerox Crisis. Good idea, Sweet Bean. Can we shout out for Xerox? You know, that's why I'm getting Starky into TTRPGs. I was actually considering, because it's been for, when I was in college, I used to DM a little bit, and it's been forever since I've had a chance to do that. So I was like, I'm actually like, I'm hoping to learn the system well enough where, like, I would be down to, like, do a DM a TTRPG. The big thing is, like, I almost feel like I would want to turn that into, like, a stream thing. Where it's, like, you know, I feel like I would want to grab, like, a bunch of friends. The big thing is, like, selecting a group of friends to you know, be part of a TTRPG is, like, an exhausting experience in its own right. Because you have to consider a lot of vibes. What is this? Why is it... Enjoy the Buddy Holly. This is the last one outside of special events. Buddy Holly, but it's every verse, then every pre-chorus, then every chorus, then the bridge. This is just normal Buddy Holly. Wow, no, there we go. What's up?
Due to Games Workshop being giant cheapskates, the model has a giant hole on the bottom. This has led to many memes, like the tank being actually propelled by foot, like a Flintstones car.
Listen, it's called efficient use of materials. It's called the less armor you have, the less you have to move around. May start hosting JO parties, Starky. Those don't require money. What the fuck's a JO party? Is that like presumably that's a euphemism for orgy, right? But no, like it actually would be fun, like, to do like a TTRPG thing. The big thing is, like, I don't know who I would get involved, because, like, it would be great to have, like, Freddy and Mari, but the problem is I think the two of them are, like, super duper busy, so it's like something requiring a jerking motion, I believe. So it's like, okay, who am I gonna grab? Who, like, because, like, I feel like the only thing worse than trying to schedule a collab with a bunch of VTubers is trying to schedule a collab about TTRPGs with a bunch of VTubers. Welcome on, Ambrose. Good at you, Sweet Bean. Could be fun, though. Maybe I'll put the feelers out on Blue Sky, and just to get a sense to see if there's, like, any interest in it. I know a certain Draco that would be interested in joining you. I mean, the big thing would also be, like, they need to be comfortable on stream. And also, like I said, it comes down to vibes. So, like, you know, getting people that I know are already friends would help a lot. Are we gonna do TTRPGs once a week? I mean, a month? I mean, eventually. Yeah, that's the concern. I don't get to get, like, 10% of the way through a campaign, just be like, oh, well, like, everyone's schedule's changed. I guess we've had our finale already. Oopsie doopsie. Because the funny thing is, I actually have like a world that I'm like excited to run in. Admittedly, it is borrowed in part from a video game that has like actually surprisingly deep lore. Actually, I guess to be fair, that's one of those DMisms where it's like you can just borrow from a lot of different worlds. And as time has gone on and my like taste has expanded, I actually have a lot more like video games and stuff I could base, you know, I could base a game on. All right. That's why when you run a game, you make it clear that it's getting run that day, regardless of the party composition that shows up. I suppose that's fair. Multi-Melta Sponsons. The fuck did you just call me? The fuck's a sponson? These can't be actual tank terms, right? The things on the side, they're obsolete since World War I. That's fair. Oh, there we go. The things on the side. Oh. Huh. Welcome on, Kronos. But hey, Sweet Bean. Did we just get like better with articulating artillery after World War I? Is that why they became useless? Searchlight. Because, like, as much as war is evil, the logistics associated with war can actually be kind of fascinating. Because, I guess to be fair, I just find logistics fascinating, and war just happens to be, like, a lot of logistics management. Because there's, like, the classic story of the, like, you know, where... like with planes that were being shot down and they had only so much extra armor they could add before like it exceeded the flying capacity. And you know, the intuitive solution is like, oh, to put it where the planes are being shot. But no, because if the plane is returning from being shot in that position, then like it's, you know, it's able to survive it. Whereas you put it in the areas where there's no returning, because those are the sites that like get real fucked up. Side ports. Side sponsons were made obsolete by turreted guns. I saw the Wolf King show based on the Wereworld series. The men are kind of hot. Welcome on in, Scott. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Can you shout for Scott? Scott Heckin, very sweet bean. Very sweet. Highly recommend them. Go give them a check out. This tank has so much bullshit. Smoke launchers. Oh. That's what these are? I don't know. I guess I'm just disappointed. I guess it makes sense because they're relatively small, so they're not gonna have much firing power behind it. Spare track wheel. Oh, there we go. To be fair, like this game has got to be kind of fun to develop for, because like a lot of the times it's just like, oh hey, do you like 3D modeling? Like the were stags are hot. I just enjoy like were creatures. Because I am very TF pilled. TF is neat, and I like it. And I need to learn how to draw it. Because, like, stowed rods. The fuck's a stowed rod? I mean, it's presumably a rod that's stowed, but where the fuck are you stowing your rods? Oh, here's the track adjuster. Sadly, there isn't a lot of on-screen TF. Work time again, you know the drill. Have a lovely night. For sure, thank you for stopping by, Razzie, you sweet bean. Stowage is the stuff on the side above the tracks. Okay. Okay, so yeah, it's probably, yeah, it's these things. Today I'm learning a lot about like tanks, I guess. But no, it's like I was saying, like this game is gotta be kind of fun to develop for if you really like 3D modeling. Because a lot of the times it just comes down to, oh hey, you know, here's this stowed tow cable. Because it's be like, oh, hey, you want to make a really, really cool and intricate 3D model? Go for it. And then they turn that into a stage. Complete the Rogel Dorn battle tank job. Also, welcome on in, James. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Computer show for James Jars. Apparently this game's getting a sequel, which has got to be kind of interesting. I'd actually I'd love to work on this game. Specifically, probably in my instance, like, story. Which I guess, like, doesn't really get, like, a whole lot of, you know, use. Hey, Starky, hope you're doing well. I'm doing alright. Just kind of vibing today. Got through the workday, so, you know, there's that at least. But yeah. One of my favorite book series is getting an animated series on Netflix this year. Some medieval fantasy world ruled by were creatures. God, I love were animals. They just like any you know, big beefy creature that TFs is like instant 10 out of 10 to me. Observation. I see that whilst I cleanse manufactorum containers, you again been blessed by the machine god. Still, at least now you have a title worthy of the duty. Engine Seer Tyros. Welcome on, Ivan. Glad to have you, sweeping. Good shout for Ivan. Ivan, what are you doing with the Borb? The rites of initiation for knights such as this are a fascination. Are you familiar with the necessary rituals, Engine Seer? Oh, the were shark is a fucking twink. Oh no! Listen, we can make our own. We can make our own beefy were sharks that are with blackjack and hookers. More like what the Borb doing with me. Listen, the only thing you can't do with the Borbs is lick them. It's the only thing I highly recommend against. Oh, a Knight Paladin? But you know... Because, like, I feel like, funnily enough, like, where birds actually don't necessarily make a ton of sense. At least not if, like, you go by the classic, like, you know, the curse spreads by biting. Because, like, birds don't really do saliva. What's up, Chris?
Starky, I can't fucking be like this. My fucking people, the rodents, are represented as fucking villains. Fuck this show.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. Let it all out, Chris. Pex you and Pex you. Are Borbs like poison frogs? Listen, I'll be honest with you. Every time someone licks a Borb, that person goes missing, and then I randomly get like another worker drone in the lab, and I don't question it. Because to be honest with you, we need the extra hands. It's probably fine. They're probably unrelated. Oh, Zara, just caught up on that show. Titanic Toe. Also, hold up a moment. This is 100%. This is 100% the size diff experience that I want to see. This is the appropriate ratio of me to the bigger boyfriend. And then I want like a boyfriend that's like you know, about this tall. So that way I can squimsh him, and then I get squimshed in turn. Speaking of worker drone, when is this Borb drone design coming? Who knows? Dart Frogs is the forbidden gusher. Oh my god. Goals? Exactly. Life goals. Yeah. The only reason I mention that is because Titanic Toe got the fucking... got the brain rot part of my brain, the size trash part of my brain activated. You know it's... listen, is it even brain rot if it's not alliterative? You gotta make sure your brain rot is all starts with the same phoneme. It's a tabard. The fuck's a tabard?
Rats.
It's a crisp.
Where the rats?
The knights canonically use their feet in melee. So we have canonical steppies in 40k. Also, these are the smallest of the Titan class battle walkers.
Huh. Interesting. Well, chat, if you ever wanted a reason to play to play Warhammer 40k, I guess canonical steppies is a good one. You see me Amberson's brain rot in real time? I do. I can have a little brain rot on the day of my affiliate anniversary as a treat. The thing between it's so I'm assuming a tabard is basically like it's basically like a battle standard almost, where it's like a flag to represent like what group is you know, this thing's associated with. Because I'm assuming that, like, you know, with there being so many entities, like some of this technology probably gets like stolen and repurposed. I do think if I played this game, I would love to play the orcs, because the orcs are just dumb as bricks. Because they're the orcs literally like just manifest the power of believing. Like, they paint their ships red because red goes faster, and their ships actually go faster because they're like all psionic. Honestly, why can't we have the werebear count stay in bear? Werebear's hot. I do love a good werebear. Welcome on in, Night Liking. Good having you, Sweet Bean. Can we shout out for Night Liking? Oi, what's that? You bug it? Orcs is the best. More darker. That's like one of the only factions I know of. And I think the idea is so dumb that it cancels out like all of the overly dark tone. Welcome on in, Bravebirds. Good evening, Sweet Bean. Science Bird, can you explain how water works? To quote my high school chemistry teacher, water's weird. That was the single most frequent quote that I think I've ever heard, like, attributed to anything. I heard that phrase probably like a dozen or so times. Also, welcome on in, Bravebirds. Can we shout out for Bravebirds as well? Orcs have basically weaponized the clap if you believe from Peter Pan. I believe my mods are presumably preoccupied, so let me go and sneak in some shoutouts. Let me go ahead and one for Night Liking. You like big beefy, or I guess to be fair in his case, tiny little werewolf, tiny beefy werewolves, and of course Bravebirds. You like big beefy birds. Power Wash Sim is cozy. I'm actually super hyped for the sequel. I know, right? I'm like, to be fair, I'm surprised they're making a sequel, because this is the kind of game like, I feel like I feel like game studios are like desperate to make, is it's basically just an infinite content mill. Because all you really need to do to like make new content is just like make a new model, cover it in dirt, make a story to go along with it, and then boom. But like, no, they're actually making a sequel, and presumably there's a reason for that. They might add like new systems or something, which I would be pretty down to see. I kind of wish it had more progression mechanics, you know, so I'm hoping 2 does that. That actually could be a lot of fun. Because definitely, like, once you get the highest tier of equipment, like, the game doesn't necessarily, like, become samey, because that would imply that it's ever anything other than what it is. But it definitely, like, it gives incentive to, like, you know, what if there's, like, a mechanic where it's like, oh, you know, because, like, there's, like, the star system, like, that is, like, built into the side challenges. I don't necessarily think they should bring that to, like, the main game, but, like, hey, maybe there's, like, a challenge for, like, being really precise with, like, where you're spraying. So, like, if you spray over an area you've already sprayed again, it, like, decreases, like, you lose a little bit of a bonus or something. Power Wash 2 would have a battle royale mode where it's just a bunch of dirty boys power washing each other. Last dirty boy left wins. To be fair, isn't that basically isn't that fucking every battle royale with guns, except replace dirt with the blood inside your body? I love the feeling of getting new, stronger washer after saving up money, so I want to be able to make more progress like that, honestly. Oh, for sure. It's like the, hold up, oh, I don't have it on this mode, unfortunately. The triple spray thing, where it just fucking destroys everything in its way. Power Wash 2 will be a roguelike deck builder. Do not manifest that evil, I swear to God. Not that I have anything against roguelike deck builders, it's just we have too many of them. Okay, so I do have something against roguelike deck builders. Have you seen roguelike deck builders? That was a fun game. I'm not saying they're not I'm not saying they're like unfun. It's just that they're also like it's like the oversaturated indie game market is literally like roguelike deck builders, mascot horror, so stuff like Five Nights at Freddy's or like fucking Garden of Banban, whatever that shit. Like those are the two oversaturated genres of indie games. No. Look at a game titled roguelike deck builder. Hold up. There's no fucking shot. Roguelite deck builder the game. That might be the worst search engine optimization of all time. Welcome on in Death Nation. Glad to have you sweeping. With 97% positive reviews on Steam, roguelike deck builder is a hilarious $3 parody game that takes its name very literally. Your house needs a deck. You have a hammer. Freedom is $1 million. You know what? I'm tempted to make this. I'm tempted to play this game on stream. The fucking the subline of your house needs a deck. You have a hammer. Freedom is $1 million. Actually has sold me. Don't forget the third type of indie game. The games that are inspired by insert dead genre, dead franchise here. So you have to build decks, support your husband. It does look like a great game. It's definitely filling the same niche as the game where you dig a hole. Why are you wearing a birthday hat? It's the stream's affiliate anniversary. So I figured I'd do something a little festive. I happen to have it on hand. But no, yeah, I'm actually tempted to get that now and play it on stream. All right, guys, Thursday stream is it's not gonna be Amber Isle. I thought for both those games they're fun, but only an hour long each. Okay, that's fair. So actually, I feel like I need to like keep a list of like very, very short experiences in my back pocket. Well, okay, the board didn't even have time to hit. I just died for no reason. Good luck advertising roguelike deck. Oh yeah. I was about to say, like, that is the most fucking, like, that is the most search engine unoptimized name of a game I've ever fucking seen. What's up, Crisp?
The Atomic Owl demo is only like half an hour long of its fucking peak.
Okay, so we have an hour and a half worth of games. The Atomic Owl demo, roguelike deck builder, and we need more. We need another like hour and a half, 2 hours. To be honest with you, I'm in a video game stasis until Silksong releases. Because I just, you know, I don't get hyped up for anything. I'm not even hyped up for Silksong. I'm just like, it will release. It will be a good to excellent 2D Metroidvania platformer, and that's my only expectations. Because, like, in my mind, like, the game doesn't exist until I have it in my Steam library, so I'm not getting hyped over it. It was like, okay, what is there to get hyped about? The only game I'm excited for is Atomic Owl. The knights proved their fealty to survival of the fittest. Young nobles from the Night Houses collected the Chamber of Echoes. Oh. Silksong isn't real. I'm just letting go. Honestly, the best way to look at it, low-key, is like, stop hurting yourself hoping for Silksong news. Just like let it happen when it happens. Remove Silksong from your mind, and like go outside, experience joy. Maybe go play with some bugs. Don't think about Silksong. You know, maybe there'll be a spider. Don't think about Silksong. I just like it's just like the madness sets in. Silksong's live gameplay demo for the Nintendo Switch was 6 years ago. Yep. I still haven't played it, honestly.
Don't eat all the fucking worms.
I promise nothing. I will eat all the worms. You cannot stop me. I have played other games. Enjoy exactly. It's like I'm in video game stasis. So like I'm just gonna enjoy other video games in the meantime. What's up, Crisp?
Starky, Pop Quiz. How much have I spent on Atomic Howl in the closest 100 amount?
It wasn't it like $200, if memory serves, which is like wild, by the way. Wrong. Oh god damn, Jesus. 400, yeah. That's, I'll be honest with you, that's too rich for my blood. But you know. Welcome on, Ocean. I'm glad to have you, sweet bean. I guess like also I could probably talk about like a lot of like my hopes and dreams for stream. Cause like I don't necessarily like I have goals that I want to accomplish with stream, but like I'm not necessarily like, because like I recognize there's only so much I can do given like my own place in the world and like, you know, what I have time for. I definitely would like to do more collabs in the coming year of stream. This was supposed to be the year of collabs, and I started off with 3 months of just abject chaos. So like not the good kind of chaos where he moderates for my stream. Happy anniversary, guns. I appreciate it. Dies. Welcome on in, Beduntish. Good to have you, sweet bean. But yeah, no. So like I would like to do more collabs in the coming year for sure. Just like, you know, because I want to highlight a lot of friends. I want to like actually just like I don't know. I want to just like use this as the platform where I just get to hang out with friends that I know from stream. Unfortunately, I think I stream at like also the weirdest time possible for that, so it's like the stream times will probably be you know, a little bit all over the place. And then I guess like, because like I need to find a new, because we're not going back to TikTok. TikTok can go fuck itself. TikTok is in fact dead to me. You're gonna be such a good cum labor. I just know it. What the fuck is a cum labor? What did TikTok do now? It was the shit like right around the time it was getting banned, where like the day it was supposed to get banned. Oh, hold up. But I'm just trying to press a button.
Push the button. You have no idea what
I don't. Do not. Welcome on, you Sid. Okay, you deal with this. But I'm Tish.
will vomit down your throat.
But I'm Tish. That's your problem to deal with. Who was that for, Ian said? But yeah, no, it was the day where TikTok was supposed to get banned. They supposedly made a deal, quote unquote, with the orange idiot. And yeah, suffice it to say, because he wasn't even fucking president at the time. He was president-elect. So he was a private citizen at the time, and they credited him for it. I'm just like, yeah, no thank you. And then, of course, it was revealed within, like, the same day that, like, you know, that TikTok was censoring and specifically banning anyone who used hashtags like fuck Elon or fuck Trump. So I was like, nah, fuck this platform. I don't blame anyone who's still on there, because it is genuinely, like, still one of the best platforms for discovery. It's just, like, kind of a shame they bowed the knee. Welcome on in, Big Bird. What are you, Sweet Bean? Can you share over Big Bird as well? But yeah, no, so, like, that was a whole thing. We're not going back to TikTok anymore. Fuck TikTok. So I need to find, like, another platform that's, like, good for engagement and discovery, which currently is looking to be Blue Sky. Which is, you know, I need to probably be better about, like, posting my videos and stuff on there. And then, yeah, because I think Blue Sky is actually also in the process of making, like, a TikTok analog called Skylight, if memory serves. I know I thought for sure you were wearing that hat in celebration of a friend's birthday. To be fair, to me for multiple reasons. Yeah, the fake ban was pure propaganda. Oh, it was. Absolutely. It's all just, like, so very ridiculous and exhausting. Which is why I'm not engaging with it. The platform, to me, it died that day, so I don't deal with it anymore. I would say make your own probably as a joke, but I don't know. Problem is, like, what? Because here's the thing, like, I'm a self-aware person who interacts with tech, so I'm aware of, like, you know, the costs of, like, developing, you know, tech industry stuff. I don't have the ridiculous capital I would need to actually develop something, like, good. Nor do I have a particularly good idea. Admittedly, it would just be like, well, hey, what if TikTok weren't garbage? So we can have, we can have good sites until they get too big, sell and get ruined again. Yeah, that's currently happening with Discord, by the way. Because Discord is planning on selling ads on mobile. So, hey, if you want... Actually, hold up. That's an idea. What if we made Discord, but it's not shit? Video hosting is stupidly expensive and hard. Great, yeah. Because Twitch is Skype officially died. Need capital. Open the only Burb account. But yeah. So it's, you know, it ends up being like a case of like, how do I grow? Already have a big account. That tends to be unfortunately the kind of like the catch-22. Because no one really knows how to get started, because if there was like an algorithm to success, everyone would be fucking millionaires. Check to make sure you could talk shit about Discord and good news, you're not a Discord partner. Even if I were a Discord partner, like, who cares? I'll just, like, if I got banned off Discord, I just open a Telegram channel. Which is currently my backup, by the way. I mean, storage was already expensive before crypto and AI came and hogged a lot of, even more of the resources. Yeah. Oh, but in terms of good news, so there was a thing that was going around Blue Sky recently about, basically it was like an executive order to push, basically make it legal for AI companies to like steal a bunch of information. Like they could steal a bunch of copyrights for training purposes. And yeah, a judge struck that down as being like very clearly like a flagrant abuse of IP law. So AI here is probably dead. It's like, that's actually big up. It didn't get as much, like, you know, headline, because unfortunately everything's on fire forever, so but it's good to recognize the victories where we get them. You know, it can't be all just darkness forever. No resting on our laurels, but also good to recognize that we are doing things. Nightmare. Anyway. But yeah. Is it an endless cycle of abandoning ship when a platform gets too successful and shareholders suck the livability out of it? Oh, yeah. Because here's the thing. That is inherently going to happen until capitalism doesn't exist anymore. Check it off your bingo card. It's the middle square. Starky complains about capitalism on stream. Until capitalism no longer exists, or until there's, like, you know, an alternative, social media platforms will inevitably follow the career path of gets really big, starts shitting itself inside out to appeal to shareholders, dies, thus generating a new platform. It'll happen to Blue Sky too, I'm sure. Yippee, I'm almost a bingo. Discord can already make money off their subscriptions. Why not make a $15 to $20 their sub with even more upload space? But yeah. So at some point, I'm sure Blue Sky will shit the bed too. At which point it's like, well, you know, hey, I was here from the beginning. Time to move on. I might actually get a StarkyMorph bingo card. You have to put StarkyMorph complains about capitalism as the middle square, because it happens every fucking stream. I would apologize, but also, to be honest with you, I don't imagine anyone disagrees with the shit I have to say. And if you do, why the fuck are you here? Low-key. Hello? I struggle with the upload space? Yeah. But yeah. So next year is gonna hopefully be, because, like, I might, you know, hopefully with myself doing a little bit better at art, because art tends to be really, really good at uploading to certain, like, websites. Like, as, you know, as I improve, hopefully I'll be able to, like... I don't want to post it on Instagram, because Instagram also is shit. But, like, posting on Blue Sky is good. And then from there, I'll need to figure out, like, another, like... I could probably post, like, the time-lapses to, like, YouTube. Or something like that. My monocle's about to fall into my champagne glass. But, yeah. So it's, like... We gotta just make do with what we got. Which, like, is not at all me being complacent with the way the world is. Don't get me wrong. The world is a lot... The world needs to be a lot better. But also is recognizing that, like, hey... the world doesn't change overnight. As much as I'd like to say Rome burned in a day, you know... Did it really? But yeah, can I get some suggestions for the bingo sheet? Starky gets shot's a pretty good one. Starky's shirts get stolen. That's like, I'm realizing that now I don't have like many like bits for me as like a streamer. A lot of them just break down to like, they break down into a lot of like my redeems. I guess like what are like things I talk about a lot on stream? Complaints about capitalism, forgets what I'm talking about, side tangents for like at least 15 minutes before returning to the original idea. Only love can hurt like this. Is that what the song currently is? Listen, I'll be honest with you. The just yapping gene is straight up ADHD. There's a reason the two biggest yappers are like Froggy Lock and Pop Mud, who are like some of the most intensely ADHD people I've ever met. But yeah. Mostly I'm glad for the community I have, and I would like, because, you know, you guys are great, and I want to continue to develop and cultivate this community. So that way we have more people to share in all the dorkiness. But yeah. Honestly, not a lot of hard set plans in the future, unfortunately. Mostly because it's like, I'm kind of like, I feel like life post-college has been like one big transitionary period. I don't know if that's like just me. Like, I was like, oh yeah, I'll give it like a couple of years. Burb-looking dorkiness. Yeah. I don't necessarily know if like that's the universal experience. It's like, you know, I was like, oh, I'm gonna give it a few years after college to like, you know, let myself discover who I want to be. And I did, but also life has not felt like it's in any way outside of a transitory step. Life feels like it's hugely up in the air, but... I guess that's to be expected. Honestly, I'm glad for what stability I have. To be honest with you, I don't necessarily know what I would be doing if I weren't streaming. Like, I feel like I would be, like, going mad. As much as that sounds like a joke, I kind of mean it sincerely. Like, you guys have helped me through, like, a lot of rough times, so... Thank you everyone for sticking around. Not to get too sappy. Eternally hopeless core ranting. To be fair, this is kind of like what these kind of games turn into. Is me just kind of like, you know, like when I don't have a story to distract me from my own thoughts, I'm just kind of alone with them. And you guys, of course. But yeah. Because, like, originally I started streaming just like a social thing. I've told the story a couple of times. Like, when I got my first job out of college, I quickly got my own place. And then, yeah, I started streaming because, like, I just didn't have a social outlet. I met a bunch of people on stream, but, like, you know, it's kind of different being on, like, the streamer versus the, like, chat side of things. I didn't really feel like I was, like, getting the social, you know, energy I needed. So I was like, hey, whatever, like, I'll make my own space. Because it's also, like, weird starting stream will aggressively shove the good vibes down Starky's gullet. The bingo sheet's hard. I like hanging out with you, Starky. Because it's like... The thing with streaming that, like, you know, doesn't necessarily get... It's like, if you're a streamer, you know, but, like, it doesn't necessarily get discussed is, like... A lot of the times, it's, like, kind of hard for, like, even the social aspect. Introvert burb? Kind of. It depends who I'm around, whether or not, like, I get drained of energy or if I get it restored. If I'm allowed to, like, just be, like, mask off, like, you know, like, just kind of like myself naturally, I do tend to regain energy. But, like, if I'm putting on, like, a character, it tends, you know, putting on a character, like, putting on the mask, it's what the mask is. No, but, like, if I am putting on, like, you know, like, the version of me that, like, is more agreeable, it tends to drain me a little bit. So, this is, like, a good way to get my social energy back, because the only thing I can really be on stream is me, you know? Because, like, I could play a character, but also that seems fucking exhausting. That seems truly incredibly tiring. To just be like, and also, like, I would fuck it up, absolutely. I just forget to be like, oh shit, that's right, I'm supposed to be the fucking, the bingus today. It's like, no. I can't do that to myself. Starky, I'm sorry, but in order to have to be clearable, I have Starky says you know, and Starky stutters on the bingo sheet. You motherfucker. You son of a bitch! How dare, no, but unironically, you're about fight. You're right. You are correct, actually. And I know that, like, I you know, I have those vocal tics. To be fair, I'm just glad that, like, it's not, I'm glad it's not ums anymore. To be fair, Chai has also pointed out that, like, I have those vocal tics, and to be fair is also one of them, where it's just me trying to find, like, it's me trying to buy, like, time, like, vocal space time, so that way I can figure out what I actually want to say. Nothing wrong with vocal tics, I have them as well. Like, one of my default responses is sounds good and fair. I definitely do both of those as well. I guess to be fair, I said it again. If I wanted to, I probably actually could meaningfully slow down the way I speak. And that's actually something I probably should do. Not for my own benefit, but also just because, like, I recognize that I talk pretty fast. I think it's like the Midwesternism, where it's like you're scared to, like, take more time than you need. Where it's, you know, the instant of fucking, like, the instant I buy something from the grocery, I have to immediately, like, hurry myself out of the way of the lines, so that way, like, no one else is waiting on me. Because, like, that feels rude. And Midwesterners would rather fucking perish than feel rude, which is, you think would be an overstatement, except, we sometimes test the boundary between, you know, parody and reality. It's like there's actually, like, a bunch of people who died in England because there was a fire in a building, and all of them were too afraid to leave like, they were eating at a restaurant, and they were too afraid to leave the restaurant without paying their bill, which I would like to think I wouldn't do. Because, like, that's kind of a fucking wild experience, actually. Mood, not gonna lie. Idiots. To be fair, I think that experience also is necessarily one that's tied more closely to neurotypicality. Can't pay the bill if you're dead. Where, like, I feel like because we're furries and, like, we are, I think we're more conscientious of the nature of social, like, because a lot of like social behavior is a result of politeness, but a lot of the times it's basically parroted at, like, you know, it's politeness verbatim as opposed to by spirit. Also, can't pay the bill if the place is gone. Because it's like, oh, you know, it's impolite to leave a restaurant that, you know, without paying the bill. But also, it's impolite for the restaurant to be on fire. So it's like, okay, politeness is out the window. Why are you sticking around? It's because it's, like, so deeply ingrained in some people. What site does, I can't find a decent site to make the bingo sheet. What site does Papa use? I actually have no idea. But yeah. So I think, like, as furries, a lot of us are, like, more conscientious of, like rules that exist because of... I stutter, got to the point I can feel it come on while talking, to a point I can't even hold the words, so I just have to tell who I'm talking to, hold on, brain, I'm suffering, then proceed to yell at my brain to please function. Yeah, I think it, like, for me, I view stuttering as, like, my brain is working faster than my mouth can. I actually, because, like, I do the same thing while typing. I notably do the same thing while typing, where, like, if I type something that doesn't necessarily quite make sense, assume that's what happened is my brain has outpaced my fingers. Like, my brain has outpaced my fingers, so it's, like, you know, I'll be thinking about, like, the word that I'm typing, like, 3 words from now, and I'll just fucking type that word. I don't necessarily know if that's just, like, a me thing. Because I know I do it. I see it in my texting all the fucking time, and it's always like, oh, god damn it, brain. It is funny, though. I'll give it credit where it's due, because it does lead to some really fucking funny texts. Admittedly, usually the joke's on my expense, but, I mean, that's fine. I don't mind, so, like... I think, like, the most important human trait is, like, being able to laugh at yourself. I do that, too. It just happens now, happened now in the last thing I typed. I feel like being able to laugh at yourself is, like, the most profoundly human trait. Like, I feel like if there's, like, one thing you can do to like, that's actually kind of where a lot of my, like, gut feelings about people come from. If they can take a joke at their own expense, a lot of the times it puts me at ease. A lot of the times where I'm like, I don't trust you is, like, if I make, like, a joke that, you know... Because, like, I don't necessarily, like, open with, like, a joke at someone else's expense. Like, because that's usually rude. But, like, usually when I make a joke, like, to something, you know, secondarily... A lot of people just, like, laugh it off, and some people get really, really personal about it, and usually the latter are the people that are like, you've got self-esteem issues. No, but, like, it's usually those kinds of people are, like, just, like, annoying, like, they're irritating to be around. Being able to laugh at yourself is linked to your own confidence and self-image, which is very hard for some people. That's fair. Of course, it's, like, not, you know, in no way am I saying, like, oh, you know... let me make fun of you, because, like, that's not, you know, that's not necessarily what I mean. It's more like, hey, you know, this is what I'm saying here is meant in jest. If I go too far, then understandable, please tell me. But, like, if what I'm saying here is, like, the immediate response is like, no, you're wrong, it's like, okay. Yeah, I guess it comes down to, like, yeah, like, a lot of response, because, like, I almost would be like, I would respect anyone who's just like, okay, you know, it's like, I see that you're joking, but you've actually hit a pressure point, please, you know, pull off on that. And I'll be like, yeah, no, I respect that. I vibe check someone by their action and body language. That's like, I try that as well, like, 'cause I do that really, really well in person, but online it's a lot more difficult. Usually, like, to be fair, online has the benefit of, like, a lot of the times people are just more direct about the thing. Because, like, I can spot like, people who are going to be problems in chat, usually off their first message. I feel like some sorts of jokes shouldn't be something you try with someone you know. Yeah. No, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I would, like I said, I would never make, like, a jest at someone who I've just talked to. Pokemon and Suda, what have you, Sweet Bean? Almost catfishing. Also, how you say something changes it immensely. Responding with rude to a joke can be both nice or mean. Yeah. Because it's like, yeah. It's like, hey, if a joke actually hit a nerve, and then you can be like, hey, I appreciate that you meant that jokingly. It actually is like an issue that I have like some amount of esteem issue with. Please refrain from doing that in the future. Hey, that's setting boundaries. That's reasonable. But if it's just immediately like shut down, it's like, no, we're not. It's the no. It's like you're, you know, please don't do that. Plus, you're not getting an explanation. Because a lot of times it's like, for me, you know, it's not like I'm not trying to like get you to reveal your deep psychic, you know, deep psyche trauma to me. But I want to know like what subjects are like, you know, which ones are safe, which ones maybe should be avoided, so that way I can you know, have that in the future. Because I'm not a mind reader. I ain't trying to fucking like I ain't trying to like, you know, psychic your entire traumatic backstory. What's it, Chris?
Alright, the bingo sheet is made. Want me to post it?
Go for it. I could also like it could be like a fun thing where it's just like the mods just plan like in secret to like do like, yeah, we're gonna do Starky Bingo Day, or you have to make your own bingo card and then prove it. Okay, hold on. What all is in this bingo card? Oh, it's just been. Side tangent that lasts 10 plus minutes. Starky gets rated. Vor mentioned wholesome moment free. Chris says something that should never be said out loud. A mod does something cursed. Starky asks some mod to give a shout out. Starky says, you know. That's a pretty good synopsis of the stream. Apparently we need more stream bets. You know what? Actually, we can add Cupcake for music streams. But a lot of the like stream memes come down to like, oh, you know, it's basically whatever curse shit people put in during the song requests. I wonder how milk allergy and lactose intolerant got mixed up. The two things are completely different things. Well, because like if you think about like what, you know, both of them are fundamentally like this, you know, at the base level this person should not have milk. So like, you know, when you view it from that lens, it becomes easier to be like, okay, so they get conflated, even though they have like different root causes anatomically speaking, because a lot of people don't like go down to the anatomical level when they consider like the impact, you know. Wait, forgot a few. It's like suddenly inspiration strike up. All right. This scene's got so many fucking crevasses in it. I guess crevices? Because crevasse is like the... Okay, here's the updated version. Because Starky talks about nerdy topics. Starky says, you know, Starky asks someone to give a shout out. Side tangent, you leave for 10 minutes and have completely no idea what's going on. Starky has to kill a bit. Starky starts a story. Starky stutters. First person to get a bingo gets their message pinned for an hour. Son of a bitch. He's right. To be fair, a lot of that shit I do, actually. I like to think I'm a postmodern streamer. I don't know what that means, but I like to think I qualify. Is streaming just an inherently postmodern form of art? These are the questions I ask myself that I'm never going to get a good answer for. Depends on the streamer. I suppose that's fair. I feel like Jal is definitely a postmodern streamer. Like I look at that stream and I'm like, this is art. This is definitely not art you could put in a museum. As German Vinesauce or surrealism. You're not wrong. Germa and Vine Sauce, yeah, that's because they their content's great. The Y2K of streamers, I've never felt more insulted. You're right, but I'm mad. Fucking, I almost like am tempted to play that game just as like, because I've heard so much unbelievable shit about it. I still refuse to believe Germa is real. Germa is a fascinating like look into the human psyche. I don't know what it tells us. I'm not a psychologist, but I have to imagine it's fascinating. God, there's just cum everywhere. But no, like, I can't imagine, like, what it must be to live in Germa's world. Well, that's the thing you say. Saying you know. What a sentence to get back to. Listen, it's the PZ streamer strategy of saying something cursed. I learned it from you, PZ. No. But welcome on Instinct. You're glad you sweet bean. I need to capture that energy. Welcome on Emerald. Good to have you, sweet bean. What's up, Chris?
Starky, how do you make an idiot say huh?
Good question. I would like to inquire further. Please be more specific. Got him. Get nay-nayed. You absolute fool. Dang, the Borb too smart. To be fair, am I like actually, am I too smart for my own good when it comes to streaming? Because I have to imagine, like, you ever look at something and you're like, okay, like, you've fallen for the bit because it's the funny, it would be funny. Can I time that out for failing to get you? It would be funny. Emerald, how do you feel about being timed out? How do you feel about being sent to the Shadow Realm? But like, you know, I look at that and I'm like, it's not necessarily disingenuous, because it is like, I guess, part of the streamer experience. And it does feel nice to like pull one over on the streamer. So like, I kind of get it from that perspective. My therapist will know you by name. Alright, sorry, I'll time him out. Send the Rock Kobold to the Shadow Realm. No, it's too late. It's too late for you. I'm sorry, you must eat English food. British food. Well, Dutch isn't here, right? I can make fun of British food. It is one of my favorite genre of video though, is like British person comes to America, tries American food, and immediately was like, oh no, this is what I've been missing my entire life. Because it's such a frequent genre of people being like, oh no, British food isn't that bad, and they come to America and they're like, what the fuck is this? Flavor? Spices? Why were we using these? I mean that, though, with very much love. The British contain salt, too spice. To be fair, like, I would, like, low-key, one of the places that, like, I would hope to, like, I'm actually kind of hoping I'd get to live in, I would love to live in Ireland. I also recognize that if I lived in Ireland, the only food I could eat, takeout, is fish and chips. Like that, and then maybe like if they have like a cottage pie or like a shepherd's pie, because like those are, you know, those are native to the area. And having seen videos of British takeout, they're so depressing. The English conquered the world and adopted none of its spices. Welcome on an optic. Good to have you, Sweeping. British Ireland or EU Ireland? I think EU Ireland. Welcome on in, Yonuk. Good to have you too, Sweet Bean. Admittedly, Britain is doing better now that they've learned their lesson from 2016. So it's not necessarily not necessarily a bad landing location.
To quote the funky frog, The spice has not been colonized out yet.
Jesus Christ. That's such a good line, though. Oh my god. But no, like, there's a video I saw that was like a compilation of like Chinese food in the UK, and it was why is stream sourced at 614p? The answer's that simple. My internet sucks shit. It's really, really bad. That's the maximum like quality I can stream at, unfortunately. Low-key, internet is like one of the major reasons I actually would relocate, because the internet here it's DSL. And I have it all to myself, which is fine if like I were just a viewer, or like if I just downloaded content. But no, I make content. Like I make videos and shit. So it sucks because I'm capped at 5 megabytes upload speed. I'm back. Welcome back. Glad to have you. So it's like, you know, unfortunately we're stuck with 614 until I move. Because my PC can absolutely handle 1080p at 60 FPS. Easily. It's not even a doubt in my mind. The only issue is my internet, and I've asked... I'm like actually so fucking mad about this one. Literally, not even a full mile away from my house, there is a billboard from my fucking ISP where they're like, get 1 gigabit download speeds. And I'm like, great. You have fiber optic available. I've called 4 times. Every single time, it's like, oh, you know, that's the fastest speeds we offer out there, because I'm in the middle of the fucking boonies. But yeah, no, like, that's like the only major complaint I have with the place I currently live. So, and admittedly, if I were, you know, it is like actually kind of a major complaint, because it also means that like I can't really have a roommate, because the internet here would not actually, you know, unless my roommate never used the internet, which seems unlikely to impossible nowadays, they would, you know, the 50 megabyte download speed would actually become a pretty significant issue. Download more internet. Oh man, shit, I hadn't thought of that. Fuck. Was that simple all along? Shit. Nope. Let me... Fine. So, did you see Spacey's buff box? Like, oh man. I think I've seen it. It's his new VTuber, right? I'll be honest with you. I've definitely been dealing with a little bit of like the FOMO a little bit, because I saw, like, for those of you who haven't seen it, Scintilla got a new 2D VTuber, and it's so good. Like, Hugix Hugo was the person who did it, and he fucking killed it. Like, you know, because I think that's like the 3rd or 4th VTuber he's worked on. It's like it's just big triangular beefy muscle cat, and it's great. The problem with it is, like, seeing that I'm like I want one, and then I look at my bank account and it's not empty, but I need that money for savings. I hate being tracked into people's personas. It's okay, like, I guess to be fair, like, for me, I don't necessarily mind it so much, because it makes it easier for me to be, like, I don't know, like, I guess I shouldn't approach someone based off of just, like, how attractive their persona is. That's admittedly not a good habit to get into. But it is kind of cool to, like, see, you know, because a lot of times sonas are, like, self-representations. Not necessarily always, but no, it's not. Don't worry, I got burned by that one, so that's not a forever thing. I've learned my lesson the one time. My son's a little cutie kobold. IRL, I'm hot as fuck. We respect a confident king. But yeah. Suffice it to say, after being burned the one time, no thank you. I say one time, it was like 1.5. But yeah. Where is there still fucking dirt on this damn thing? I'm gonna become the fucking Joker. Oh, hey, perfect timing. It's me. I'm Sans Undertale and a half. It was a weird, complicated situation. there was romantic interest there from both parties, but it never went anywhere. It's like kind of the best way to put it. But yeah. Sometimes life just is like that. Sometimes it's just like, well, right person, wrong time, that kind of situation. Battle cannon barrel. All right, I guess I'm gonna have to fucking start actually like. Excuse me. I'm sorry. There's no dirt. You forgot to put dirt in the. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, that'll do it. Battle cannon body. Oh. Huh. But yeah. Nowadays, though, I'm pretty comfortable flying solo. I think it's helped that, like, I've just, like, you know... I think I've recognized that, like... relationships aren't gonna, like, resolve any issues I have in my life. They're, like, or at the very least, like, any like, issues in my life that are resolved by a relationship are going to be made up for with relationships introduced, or issues introduced by having a relationship. So... I'm content to just be solo until the right person comes along. Hold up. Shoulder? Where? There we go. Which is also kind of why I'm like, you know... there's definitely, it doesn't say, like, there's no, like, you know, urge to, like, find a romance. It's just that I have to, like, I quell that shit. Just, like, you know... to make sure I'm going about it in a smart, healthy manner. There we go. Perfect. This is basically turned into an AMA, which, like, I probably could have done that. I probably could have marketed this as an AMA. That probably would have been smart. Anyways. I'll be honest with you. This game a lot of the time turns into me just parkouring. My natural tendency to, like, just fucking jump over the geometry in every video game I play is both a blessing and a curse in this game. Question, Starky, what is the largest animal that you've personally killed? Define personally. Define, so, like, if I'm driving a car and I hit an animal, is that personal? Yes, that counts. That's a good question, then. I think it's still probably like a bug, as long as you classify it as long as you classify it as the cause of death. I think it's probably still bug-sized, which would probably be like a wolf spider, because I've killed plenty of those. I don't like spiders. I don't usually mind them, but, like, I'm not afraid of, like, No, never mind. It's definitely wasps. I've killed a lot of fucking wasps, and those wasps were definitely bigger than the wolf spider. Sorry, we're cycling through two songs that are stacked together in this playlist. Oh, good. That is an arachnid, not a bug. All right, fine, Mr. Paleontologist. Mr. Paleontologist completely gets the scientific discipline wrong. I started the bingo only based on win, so I'll put the card in chat. Can someone do me a solid and steal Starky's shirt? That's rigging. You can't do this. It's rigging the vote. All right. All right, let's see what I'm missing. Cockpit, not cockpitch. Cockpit hand railings. Oh no, hopeless core rant. It should be up. It's got like an 80-minute cooldown. Because I figure, like, I want at most 3 of those in a stream. There we go. Wait a second. Are you dirt? I say screaming into the void. All right. Head well. More like head unwell, am I right? I have a name, you know. What? Cockpit handle? Loki, that's actually a great one to hit with the I have a name, you know. Where the fuck is the head well? My fucking head's about to be unwell if this shit don't reveal itself soon. No, you said, are you dirt? That's also a really good one. But I take the other. You know, fair enough. Fair enough. I respect the desire for creativity. Hold up. Hopefully this is working. I'm not entirely sure. Hey, it worked. Okay, so the head well is... Well, come on in, Jack the Banana Sack. Let me have you, Sweet Bean. Okay, so this is the head well? Yeah, that's... Okay, so I think I just gotta, like, spend the next hour here getting the face. Happy anniversary? Thank you, Sweet Bean. Upper leg connectors. I swear to fucking God. Today we learned that mechas are a pain in the ass to clean. I mean, to be fair, this is the reason that no one wants to fucking draw mechs. Is because of shit like this. This is every, like, as far as I'm concerned, this is like what everyone means when they say they want a mech drawn. And now I get it. I get why no one wants to draw mechs. Wait, am I frozen midair? Oh, huh, that's handy. Good to know that I can freeze time and space at will by pulling up my phone. Oh no, he found out. I found out that I can control space and time. Now nothing in the universe can stop me. I just go full Dio mode. Son of a... Except for apparently apparently a tabard. It can stop me. I mean, they add a lot of armor and shit to hide the mechanical bits underneath. Well, yeah, but it's like, it's still kind of a, you know, still a lot of stuff to model. No, that's a very far away Borb. I think I might die before the Borb gets me. I think death might approach me sooner than the Borb has a chance. Yep. Reactor heatsink. Bad Borb, no time shenanigans unless I say so. No. Okay, you say that, but then the Borb committed time shenanigans by hitting me in the future. What the fuck is it? Is this... Oh my god, what a fucking remix. Oh my, what a fucking... This is the most fucked up remix that they've ever heard. The Mask X Cupcake. I hate this. Who did this? Kronos, why are you like this? This is awful. This is awful. This is like actually criminal behavior. But isn't everyone planning on hitting you in the future? Fair enough. Oh, I'm sad it wasn't me. Yeah, this one wasn't you. I need to understand the kind of person that would make this. Because I feel like if we understood like ads like this, there would be less crime. He must be studied. He must be studied. Whoever made this must be studied so it never happens again. And okay, this is the classic iCarly X Cupcake. Bad day to have ears. Reaper Chainsaw Plaque. I hate it. Okay, low key. I'm about to share I think what I think is a hot take. Grilled cheese, massively overrated. I'll say it. I'll say it. They're an overrated fucking like form of sandwich. If you're going to go through the effort of grilling a cheese, add some fucking meat. Turn it into a panini. I guess to be fair, it'd be singular, so it'd be a panino. To put some fucking meat in there, put some veggies, make it a panino. Don't be a coward. There we go. I've said my piece. You hate grilled cheese. Let me guess, lactose. No, I'm not lactose intolerant. I just think grilled cheese are like an overrated. Like they're just, you know, purity. What the purity seal? Okay. They're like, I feel like if you gave me a grilled cheese, and you're like, I guess to be fair, like there's probably like good grilled cheese, but a lot of times it's just like fucking, you know, it's just like Kraft singles on a slice of white bread, and you fucking you toasted it. It's fine. It's whatever. I don't. Why is everyone's like, oh my god, I love a good grilled cheese? Thank you, Shutoko Costco Trial. I believe I can play. Welcome on in. Glad to have you, Sweetie. I'm sorry if I fucked up your name. Do you mind if I just call you Shuto? Burb. Welcome on in, Burb. But yeah, no, I like. I'm on one of my bits again. Chainsaw fuel. Okay, here you are. Out of mine. Okay, perfect. I look at, you know, crow. Yes, I am a crow. I am a smaller Corvid. But yeah. I don't, cause like, I guess fair, the reason it's probably, you know, it's like, oh, it's grilled cheese is because it's easy. Crow, yes. Yes! More crows. But like, I feel like if you just like, you could upgrade the fuck out of a grilled cheese if you just like use better cheeses or add some meat. Like, you think, hit me with a fucking grilled cheese that has garlic aioli in it. I'd be fucking losing my mind. That would be delicious. But I feel like a lot of times it's just like, oh, you know, it's. Also, can we talk about white bread? Hold up, I'm on my fucking complaint train. White bread sucks shit. The best thing since sliced bread is the worst thing since sliced bread. Sliced bread's fucking shit. You gotta get the actual like proper loaf that's like sold as a whole thing, and then cut it up individually, and then you put it. It's easy and cheap. I suppose. Pretty hopeless core rant a little bit. Never feed a slice of bread to a flock of crows. They start brawling against one another. They have to spread it out, so that, like, you know, you have to spread it out both in time and space. But yeah, free hopeless core rant. Because like my life, this sounds like an exaggeration, but no, I mean it sincerely. My life significantly improved when I realized and recognized that like you can just get like a loaf of bread that's not pre-sliced, and you just enjoy it. You just bake it, and you can slice it yourself, make a sandwich out of it. Significantly, my quality of life improved with that information. You too can get not pre-sliced bread, because pre-sliced bread is garbage. But yeah, no. I hope you enjoyed your free hopeless core rant. Because I as much as I shit on grilled cheese, I assume that's probably comfort food because it's a lot of what kids had growing up. So like I can recognize it from that, but also, and blast us some 90s hard trance. White bread used to be premium, now it's synonymous with boring. Well, it's just because like, I actually, like, white bread actually like makes me like upset on a texture level now. I think that's the issue for me. It's like I can't do like I can't do white bread anymore because like if I don't toast it, the texture becomes like mush. In like actually Vor mentioned bingo. That's not Vor. I wasn't talking about eating a person, I was talking about eating a sandwich. That's cheating. Mods, can we get a judgment on this? Oh, but yeah, no. Because it's just like, it just turns into like a gross kind of soft mush that makes me sad. And like, I feel like no one talks about it. I feel like everyone's like, oh, white bread's so boring now. It's like, no, it's not that it's boring, it's shit. Not Vor, you read a comment on Vor, it counts. That's... You're not wrong. Do I need to fucking add the Vor tag? I swear to God. You know, at this point, I give it to him. I don't care anymore. I guess, like, my concern, I guess, with adding the Vor tag is that people are gonna show up and be immediately like, ooh, ooh, that's a lovely beak you have there. It climbs inside of it. Because that fucking Alec and Cyrus already had to deal with that, and they're not even into Vor. Which tag should Starky add of Vor? I'm not adding the feet tag. I'm pretty sure Twitch will actually ban my channel if I try to add the feet tag. I'm gonna draw some beefy men. This is a beefy man appreciation space. I appreciate you drawing beefy men here. I forgot to mention about the Wolf King show. They mentioned werebirds. Werebirds are cool, but I also feel like a werebird doesn't make sense for like the original lore of werewolves. I do need a judgment call on talking cum counts as goo / TF mentioned. I would count it as goo, but not TF. God, I love TF. Although we have talked about a lot of TF with like we have talked about a lot of TF with, like the were creatures. There we go. Wait, Starky, the V word, washy. No, okay, kid. I'm not even into Vor. I like goo absorption. I need to chill with OC creation. I'm actually like in the process of like after I finish my current piece, I'm actually Starky. Now I must ask, how much to donate for you adding the feet tag to your stream for a week? For a week. That's 4 streams, that's 12 hours. $100. $100 I'll add feet to the tax. I don't care. If I get banned off Twitch though, I would be like slightly annoyed. Hold up. Before I even like is feet even an allowable tag? Feet lovers welcome is a tag. That's wild. Hold on. Fucking why is feet lovers welcome is a tag and that is insanity to me. I got bingo, but did someone else steal Starky's shirt anyway? Posted a doodle. Hold up. Are you now part of the Discord? Did I miss something? Hold up. Let me take a look. I mean, probably post your art. Ooh, this is really, really good. That's really good in musculature. God. I'm in the process of practicing my anatomy still. But like I low-key, I'm always excited to see people post their art and post in both of those channels. Cause if they post their art, usually it's like a really good reference, and if they post your art, it's like, wow, okay, cool, you made something, I love it. All right, we've tied, so neither tag is getting added. Not that I would add the feet tag. I draw beefy man. I respect it. I think that's the big thing for me. It's like I'm into beef. I don't care if it's like super like cut. Like I'm not necessarily like one of those people who's like abs or nothing. I don't care if it's like abs or tummy. Both are good. But I do like a nice firm bicep. This is actually like giving me flashbacks to Hard Space Shipbreaker of all games. This is like actually, weirdly enough, this I could actually see this game doing a collab with Hard Space Shipbreaker. where instead of cutting down the ships, you just wash them. I wonder what, like, because there's got to be like some tag that's used by exclusively one person who's like an active big name streamer. I feel like there has to be at least one where it's like, ah yes, of course, Shiabun streams with the tag Schmegeldorf. And you just have like a bunch of tags that are like, oh yeah, you know, if you use this tag, you'll draw on viewers. Like, you draw on this number of viewers because, you know, it has this much interest in it. And then there's just the massive outliers, just fucking like. To be fair, knowing Shiabun, okay, Shia surely has the monster fucker tag on, right? Wait, I guess it would probably have to be monster lover, right? Because sadly, there's no monster fucker. You can't use swears on Twitch, which is bullshit. Bullshit, I say. I do what I think was really fucking funny. Can you get a ban for being a foot VTuber? I don't think so. I think the big thing with the feet ban is like you get banned if it's fetish content. So you'd have to like explicitly make your like VTuber foot extremely high detail and fetishy in a way that's like way more effort than it's kind of worth. But yeah, because I know Mari has like a regime where she flips her model upside down and you get to see her feet. Or I guess it's like, you know, it's not quite feet, it's shoes. Monster Appreciator, yes. This is also a monster appreciation space. All right. Can you get a ban as a foot VTuber if you got a goo redeem? I'm gonna be honest with you, maybe. I'm not necessarily one who's going to check. Because there was actually a YouTube channel that was like, because like YouTube is very, very like, they are very bad about like explaining what is and isn't okay. So there's a YouTube channel that was dedicated to uploading like music to figure out what is DMCA acceptable and what isn't. Because like a lot of the like, oh, you know, just go into the description and see if it's listed. It's like that's not actually a good indicator for like certain, you know, certain edge cases. I'd like with a hot monster. I mean, who wouldn't? Let's be honest with ourselves. I just have to say the word, like, I just have to acknowledge the fact that werewolves qualify as a monster, and people are like, yeah, I'm down. That's all you need to do, is just acknowledge that werewolves definitely qualify as monsters. And then boom, instant monster fuckers. Although specifically like the more like not like the like, oh, it's I'm a werewolf, but it's just a bara furry. It's more like the like specifically like the kind of like twisted monster version that I would qualify as being like very, very clearly monster fuckery. You know, where they're like, Bara mentioned. I'm sorry, I've activated you. To be fair, we are talking about werewolves, and so, you know, that's a natural discussion point. I definitely need to do, like, more studies. Bara werewolves are good. I need to do more studies, like, the Bara style, or, like, you know, I need to figure out kind of what I want my style to be. The Venn diagram between furry and monster fuckers is almost a circle. Yeah, I definitely think that it's not quite exactly a circle, but there is definitely heavy overlap. Why can't Werebeast be buff? Well, no, I'm not saying it can't be buff. What I'm saying is like if a Werebeast is just like a, you know, traditional bipedal, you know, you know, like if it's just like a furry but buff, I would consider that not quite to be monster fuckery. Because I feel like monster fuckery has a little bit to do more with like, because like monster fucker is almost like a mentality thing as well, you know. because it's there's like a level of like instinct or like feralness to it, I guess, that would like qualify more as monster fucker. Summoning a Fire Emblem hero, so I get a 5-star. I'll give StarkyMorph 5 more kilobit tokens, bring the total yes to 10. Give me a proper hear me out monster. Werewolf is too basic of a thought. Post another doodles. That's a good question. These are really, really good. But yeah, it's the yeah, exactly. A lot for monster fuckers, the danger is like kind of also what they find attractive. I'm trying to think of like a good example of because like I actually lean a little bit further. Like I'm very like, you know, dip my feet in the monster fucker territory. It's not necessarily like something I majorly identify with. But I definitely appreciate y'all. I'm trying to look at a good example. I guess like a slime would be like a, you know, where it, you know, it's like, you know, slime doesn't necessarily have consciousness. It's just kind of exploring, and it does whatever it wants. You're gonna fucking fight off a slime that's covering your entire body? I fucking doubt it. But for some people, that like feeling of like, you know, being completely overpowered is very much the appeal. Or so my understanding is from people who are very, you know, very, very dedicated monster fuckers. It reminds me of the, like a joke that one of my friends said about, welcome on in Magic, what have you, Sweepy? Starky can barely fight off blankets covering me as slime be the end. Fair enough. Because one of my friends was talking about, like, how, the Harkness test is a useful tool when discussing monster fucking, except for the fact that a lot of the times the person whose consent is in question is not the monster, it's the person who's being fucked by the monster. You know, it kind of lines up with that like CNC level, the consensual not consent kink. What's up, Chris?
Starky, sir, I wrote a story. The synopsis is a damsel is out on an evening stroll and encounters a werewolf, but is saved before a quote meets a gruesome and a quote, and very validly is angry at the hunter. Yes, it's a comedy.
John Carpenter's The Thing. Yeah, John Carpenter's The Thing. Like, there are people who see like John Carpenter's The Thing, and they're like, that, like, they're into that, which, you know. There are people who think serial killers are hot. I'm not gonna judge openly. I'm of course joking, but like, you know, the serial killer thing I think is like actually genuinely a step too far. But like the monster stuff, I could reasonably more accept because it's more clearly in the realm of fantasy. But yeah, there's so much. I'm doing not the best job of cleaning off this area. I recognize that. Oh no, if you find Dahmer hot, then I will vocally call you trash. I'll take that stand. Yeah. I'll be honest with you, Sam. There's a reason that I think like maybe the reason I joke that like the trashiest car I've ever seen was I was driving behind someone who had a bumper sticker that said I was in like rural Michigan, and I was driving behind what I presume to be a lady, given the fact that, you know, given what was on the bumper stickers was very, very specific. It was a bunch of basically like famous serial killers, and then the bumper sticker that stuck out to me the most was the one that said "choke me like Dahmer, eat me like Gacy," and I was like, that is straight up just trashy. And then I fucking saw a Cybertruck for the first time later on that day, and I was like, I don't know which of these things is the worst. And yeah, no, that reaction is more or less, I was like, this is fucking weird. I do not want to be driving behind you. I don't necessarily, you know, I don't necessarily want to yuck anyone's yum, but like, you know, that level of pathologizing and like idolizing a serial killer is like genuinely concerning. Don't do that. People actually died. That shouldn't be where the bar is at. But I guess we're here now. only bold takes on this stream, I swear. Only the hottest takes, I say, joking, because that's very clearly a basic take that should be followed by everyone. But also, no joke. The reason I like the thing is because body horror TF is hot to me. I mean, hey, I respect that. I'll be honest and say that, like, even though I didn't watch Terminator, the style, like, that my character's lore of being nanomachine goo was definitely inspired by it. And the reason I like nanomachine goo is because I like, goo TF. Goo TF? Neat. I like it. It's fun to just, like, glorp over someone and take over their body. And I guess that counts as a form of war. So, here we are. Was that because of Terminator 2? I think Terminator 2 is the one with the T-1000. I'm not super sure. Like I said, I haven't seen any of the Terminators. But I'm aware of the, like, general idea of, like, liquid metal nanomachines. UTF is also good. And having been on Blue Sky and also, like, lurking around the furry community for long enough, I said 2, not 2. Having been on Blue Sky and lurking around the fandom long enough, I definitely know I'm not alone in regards to, like, enjoying a nice goo TF. Have you seen this boy? The Bang Boo. TF is hot. There's just, like, it's just, like, there's something, like, so very freeing about the concept of just, like, yeah, what if... what if you, but become your persona? Like, that's neat. Hold up, I need to go ahead and use. But yeah. What was funny, what was wild to me, actually, so now that you've pointed out the Bang Boo, there actually, from my understanding, there's a little bit of controversy surrounding Hoyoverse. And, like, I'm not surprised, but also, I feel like one thing that, like, Hoyoverse kind of got by that, like, no one really cared about is they just, like, straight up ripped off Fall Guys. That was something that was, like, that just happened and no one cared. There was just a Zenless Zo Zero, like, oh, Starky Tokyo summon name? I think it's actually also Starky. I think it's Starky if memory serves. I would need to actually, like, look at my friend code, which I guess I should probably, like, post in the Discord. All right. I don't think we're gonna actually have time. I don't think we're gonna get this thing done by the end of stream, unfortunately. Given the fact that we're only, like, 10% of the way through. There we go. God, this... Need player ID? Yeah, that's kind of what I assumed was going to be the case, unfortunately. I can post in the Discord, I just need a reminder to do so. That's the struggle with my ADHD, is, like, if I'm not actively being reminded, I will forget, unfortunately. It's not, like, my intention to do so, it's just, like, that's, like... Because my brain is very much like, it tries to, like, handle things as they come. And a lot of times after stream, I'm like, I'm so fucking brain fried that I need to take care of, like, basic human things. Maybe to hydrate. Like, going to the restroom, and then also, like, because I want to be a nice reader, and, like, I want to make sure that I'm, like, engaging with the person I'm reading into. Which I know isn't necessarily something that is super heavy, but, like, also, something that that I try to take seriously. Although it helps that usually just raiding with friends. It's a little bit easy. It's a little bit like more like effort when raiding with someone for like the first time, versus like if I have like a rapport with them already, I'll just be like, yeah, let's raid into them and have this stupid raid message. What the fuck? Step / through the fire and the flames, pitch and speed corrected. Okay, this is kind of a banger. Okay, this is a vile remix. Who did this? Alright. I'm going back up top. Well, the movie sucks. You'd like the Terminator and Terminator Dark Fate. He's like the 2,000 but more sticky. I appreciate every form of goo. Goo deserves appreciation. Question is, do I want to play Factorio Thursday, or do I want to go back to Amber Isle? Welcome on in, Darius. Good to have you, sweet bean. Can we shout out for Darius? How about I return home? Welcome. Well, congrats on getting home, but also welcome on in. Good to have you, sweet bean. We are just vibing and chatting away on this fine Monday morning, Monday evening, Tuesday morning for some of you over in the other time zones. You can't spell goon without goo. You're not wrong. This song mix-up is basically every 90s sitcom intro song ever. You're not wrong. And that's honestly kind of funny. Imagine this playing over the fucking Brady Bunch intro. Hold up. There's a thing I can interact with. Oh, I see, it's over there. Full house. What is Too Many Cooks like to someone who wasn't raised in a... Like, if you weren't raised in an era that was full of, like, the 90s style sitcom intros, Too Many Cooks has got to be, like, bizarre from beginning to end. When, like, the entire point of Too Many Cooks is, like, that it basically left the wings. Oh. Oh. Because, like, I like the entire conceit of Too Many Cooks is that, like, it's like, oh, like, if you showed it to someone in the 90s, you're like, oh, yeah, this is the new sitcom, and then, like, and then it slowly fucking goes off the rails, and, like, what the fuck is happening? It's kind of like there's like, certain, there's, like, certain things that don't translate because I'm a native English speaker. I'm back going to be in the world of Kurt remodeling a cockpit 3D model. Ugh, that sounds rough. But yeah, it's kind of like there. So, like, for example, when in Cloud Strife in Smash Brothers, his side special is literally just the Japanese word for cut. But, like, because, like, I'm not raised Japanese. I don't have any familiarity with that word. So, like, I am inherently missing some meaning, even though I'm aware that, it means, like, there's, like, a cultural connotation around it. So, like, I'm unfortunately gonna miss out. So, like, I don't, it's kind of like the nature of how, like, all art we consume is inherently, like, limited to our own experiences. Anyways, this is a furry stream about being a gay furry crow on the internet. Anyways, shall we talk about the death of the author? Listen, if I'm allowed to be philosophical, I'll run away with ideas. You can't stop me once it started. Cupcake's growl that's a fucking wild. Oh, also I should probably keep an eye on how long the queue is. 3, 7, 12, 16, 19, 22, 26, 31, 35. Okay, so we got enough time for, like, I think 2 or 3 more songs. Okay, oh, what's up, Chris?
Where the rats?
Real Zidon.
Real Poseidon? is that the Real Shorts episode about Poseidon? That's such an esoteric joke. That's the kind of joke that only makes sense if you're very specifically in like 1 or 2 communities. Specifically this one. Question is, am I even gonna be able to get half of this thing fucking done? Oh, Starky hasn't seen Frieren? Oh, I've read Frieren. I need to actually see the anime. I'll be honest with you, I don't necessarily internalize all of the spell attack names. We don't that the author, I'm also not a fan of it. If the author is still alive or if the author's politics and beliefs shape their work, it's impossible to divorce it from those beliefs. That's fair. I think it's like, to be fair, I kind of agree. Because like, I think you can still read stuff made by shitty people. You just have to acknowledge, it's all German, that makes sense. You just have to acknowledge how their shitty views have tainted the thing that they made, you know? Also, like, it's like, because a lot of the time historical figures get really flattened. I think. Like, I think that's like a recurrent issue with the way we kind of teach history, is like a lot of people get like, because like, oh, it's like, you know, there's the Mother Teresas and the, you know, they're like, we got the Mother Teresas and the fucking oh, what's it called? Not the Dalai Lama. Fuck, who was the guy who liberated India? Gandhi. You got Mother Teresa's and Gandhi's, and then you got your, like, fucking, like, Joseph Stalin's and fucking, Hitler's the obvious one. But, like, a lot of times, it's, like, it kind of misses the nuance that these are all people. Like, like, Stalin was a monster, don't get me wrong, but he was a monster that was enabled by the people around him. I think that, like, history skipping over the like, rise to power, a lot of the times, is not necessarily the play. I have opinions about history education. But those are for not this stream. Is this... Okay, this is clearly Sandstorm. But what variation of Sandstorm is this? Is this just an orchestral cover of Sandstorm by Darude? Or is it Darude by Sandstorm? I'm actually not clear. I assume that Darude is the band and Sandstorm is the song. Like, even when he kicks the bucket, I'm not going to play any of the games made by Neil Druckmann, because how much of a piece of shit he is and how awful his views on humanity are. No, that's fair. I definitely appreciate that. And for sure, do not give shitty people your money. That one goes without saying, although I'm saying it anyway. Shitty people do not deserve your money. What is Symphony Darude Sandstorm live at Spark Arena? Oh my god, we just hit the first 20% mark. Jesus Christ. We're gonna be here for a bit. Oh yeah. Admittedly, that's also a case of like if you can avoid it. Certain shitty people you fucking literally cannot avoid giving your money to. Which is horseshit and the failure of the free market, but what can you do? Besides, you know, overthrow capitalism. Which, you know, fingers crossed. Who's Neil Druckmann? I don't know. He sounds familiar, though. And don't get me wrong, like, you know... I enjoy my fair share of content made by shitty people. Factorio is actually one of them, because one of the devs behind Factorio is a fucking, like, actually deeply shitty person. Director of The Last of Us. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm not missing anything then. Not Factorio. Yeah. Yeah, one of the devs behind the game is like, to be fair, I think he's like actually quieted down now, but he's definitely like a really, really shitty person and profoundly weird, and in a profoundly negative way. Weird kind of gets like typecast as like, oh, you know, they're just quirky or whatever. No, I mean in this case it's like weird as in like, you know, as in like not fun to interact with, avoid at any cost kind of. But, like, the community around Factorio is, like, actually so positive that, like, you know? It's kind of like the same way Ender's Game was, like, has, like, since become, like, co-opted by the LGBT community. Because Ender's Game is very much, like, a story about, like, not fitting in, like, you know, an environment that doesn't care to make space for you. So a lot of people see themselves in the main character. And, like, hey, that's a form of reclaiming art. Which I respect. One of the mocap actors got death threats over a character no one likes to a point it affects their mental health. Neil Druckmann makes a documentary for the remaster of your 2-year-old game where you exploit her trauma to promote the remaster. I mean, to be honest with you, it's not necessarily surprising. Like, I'll be honest with you. Even setting aside like my own personal love for Tunic, the fact that Last of Us 2 won Game of the Year for its year is very clearly like an industry plant moment. Because, you know, it'd be fun to see a Factorio show, a slice of life factory assembly, and occasional chaos. I mean, that's what I like to think my Monday streams usually are. Although a lot of it nowadays is me getting distracted by chat. Of course, I say that lovingly, because, like, I actually, you know, if I wanted to, I could ignore chat and just, like, make progress, but, like, that's not what the stream is about. Even if sometimes I get, like, super duper into, like, what I'm doing, and then I'm like, oh, wait, an hour has passed, and I have not read shit. Time for a banger. Alright, I think we have time for one more song. So anyone who wants to put in one more song, feel free to do it. And I will close up the queue. Sure, Starky. It's not my intention to go full ADHD hyperfixation mode. It just happens. If I could do that shit at will, I would become like far more powerful than you could possibly comprehend. Like, the ADHD hyperfixation happens when it will. Actually, to be fair, I kind of can weaponize it. The problem is, to do so, I have to, like, brew a very special tea. I've accidentally created something that I call focus tea, which is, it's a variation of chai with a bunch of, like, spices to specifically help with, like, blood flow and focus. And it sincerely actually does work better at handling my ADHD than my ADHD meds do. Admittedly, it comes with the downside that after I've had it, I frequently forget to use the restroom and also eat. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. I don't know where I picked that up from. Because swings and roundabouts is very much a British euphemism. Like, it's the British equivalent of, like, you win some, you lose some. I could not tell you where I actually picked it up from. All right, perfect. That's gonna be the. All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and disable the queue there. Cause I I think we're already at 3 hours of queue length. I'm sorry, Oceana. You only got one. But hey, you were the last one at least. I hate using the ladders in this game. I think that, like, if they do one thing, I need them to fix, like, the ladders just suck to use. Like, they're like, you get fucking magnetized. I hate the ladders so much. Like, in the second game, please, I don't know what you need to do to fix the ladders. Fix the ladders. It's from my favorite VN. I need to play more VNs. Maybe not on stream. Admittedly, hold up. At some point, I need to reach out to Marsh. That's right, because we need to play Danganronpa 2. That one's been on the backlog for fucking ever. All right. This is like, I feel like this, like, every time, like, we get a big level like this, it's like a curse, because, like, we just got, like, one that was, like, super small, but, like, everything was in the way of itself. I feel like this is, like, the opposite, where it's, like, nothing's in the way of itself, it's just you have so much shit to clean. Welcome on Operation Dizzy. What did you sweet bean? Can we shout out for Operation Dizzy? How goes the power washing? It's going alright. I figured that, like, I should probably do, like, a just kind of yapping stream, because, like, I figure, hey, if we're gonna do an affiliate stream, might as well give y'all the opportunity to talk with y'all. Normally I'd be playing Factorio, although my tendency to hyperfixate in that game does tend to screw me over in regards to, like, reading chat. People give the Quiet Place movies flack for nitpicky reasons, but I adore the Quiet Place movies because it's the post-apocalypse story with themes the direct opposite of The Last of Us. Instead of the cliche done-to-death humans for the real enemies crap, each movie is about humans helping each other out in the darkest moments. Sure, there are bad apples, but people as a whole are not going to lose the moral compass because our whole way of life is changing forever. The Quiet Place. I'm trying to remember what the... I'm thinking Bird Box is the one. Is Quiet Place the one where, like, the aliens move by, or, like, the creatures move by sound? Like, they track by sound. And I think, like, fundamentally that is, like, a good way to view humanity. Humanity does tend to be more good than bad. It's just that the bad gets a lot more press coverage because it tends to be louder. It's you know, it's negativity bias, but, like, on a mass scale. Yeah. It is kind of a cool theory, though. You know? It's, I think I've heard good things about, like, what was the one? Get Out. That was, done by, Jordan, or it was Peters? Peel, that's it. What the fuck, Peters? Hello? Brain? You wanna run that one back? No? Okay, fine. Understandable. Have a nice day. But no, like, that, I've heard really good things about, like, Get Out, which I actually need to see at some point. Actually, like, growing up, I did not like horror at all, and nowadays I'm like, I kind of understand it. Feel that I'm doing whale, chill energy kind of day? Yeah, I mean, fair, that's the usual Monday vibes for me personally. But I'm glad I can just, like, chill out and talk with the community and just, you know, vibe. Oh my god, this fucking... There's so much shit to clean. As much as I said, like, oh, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't tend to get a lot of away. These, like, little ridges and bumps trap so much fucking dirt in them. God bless. I guess that's why I love Shin Megami Tensei so much, because the Neutros tend to explore similar themes of humanity. Wait, Shin Megami Tensei has different routes? I did not know that. First move about the length parents would go to protect their kids even if they did make mistakes along the way. The second is neighbors going out of their way to help each other out. And the third is cancer patient on our deathbed and a British man on a quest to get a pizza. Yes. It's a staple of the series. I've never completed a Shin Megami Tensei game or a Persona game. It's one of the hooks. The only Shin Megami Tensei I've played is 4. I did not know that there was different endings. Yes, usually neutral, law, and chaos. Okay. How do you... Wait, hold up. How do you choose different endings, then? Neutral is humanity, law is angels, and chaos is demons. Okay. Hey, it's time for lesbian YMCA. Every cat person needs to watch A Quiet Place one day. They put you on different paths. There's some exceptions here and there. So how early is the split then, or is it like right at the end? Starky, what? What'd I do? What'd I do? What? Are you dyslexic? Yes. I mean, the answer is probably a little bit. Usually it would be fine. I listened way too much. So I don't think it's usually like a major issue, but I actually do almost certainly have like a minor case of dyslexia. I don't necessarily know if it's a universal experience or one that's like very closely associated with dyslexia. There would be a lot of times like I would end up like rereading the same line multiple times without realizing that it was like the same line, because like my eye would naturally like you know, it's supposed to like return to the left and then go down a line, but my brain would like never go down a line. The other options will give you points towards specific alignments, or you make one big choice that determines what path you're on. Alignment locks typically happen right before the final dungeon. Okay. But no, like I probably have like a very, very minor case of dyslexia. Nothing that was like, you know, something that needed to be formally diagnosed, but my brother has it. And God knows I basically have everything else he's got going on. Including probably some undiagnosed OCD. There's been a couple of times in stream where you misheard what I typed. Yeah, to be fair, it's also like streamer brain, because it's like I need to, like, you're not, you know, you don't get as bad as Ditherian does, where I swear I cannot read a single word they type correctly. It's because I'm speed reading. Like I basically am trying to get through it as quickly as possible. And in your case, presumably, I accidentally skipped over the word person. I just said every cat needs to watch A Quiet Place. God, there's... the amount of dirt just never decreases. It is always constant. Just take the speed reading test like Papa does. Yes, exactly, bro. I agree on the thing you said. I absolutely read it in 0.005 seconds. To be fair, like, yeah, I think the difference is that like Papa kind of like, you know, mumbles over it, whereas I try to read clearly. But yeah, I think the major difference is like you know, my chat a little bit more chill. It might, you know, maybe just a touch. I say, knowing full well the shit that I've seen in Pop Mud stream. Oh my, this fucking access ramp is gonna give me fucking agita. Or I guess it's angina. Is chest pain. It is weird that, like, I honestly, there's probably, like, historical reasons why chest pain can also be called angina. Oh my god. Found you. Excuse me, why is there still so much shit in the sponson even after I clear out... What the fuck? There we go. Okay, well, that's... one of them cleared out. Okay, I see now. I see what's going on. I see you, game. Trying to fucking... This, to be fair, I think part of the, like... Part of the value of this game is that it's almost like hide and seek, or like fucking finding Easter eggs. It's like trying to figure out like where, like the section you missed as like, usually the game at its best is like, oh, you trying to figure out what you missed, and then the game at its worst is like, I see everything. Okay, because the side sponsons here is still... Sorry, did I hear something about a vagina? Welcome on in, Slow Panic. Glad you're sweeping. No, not vagina, angina. Oh, sorry, Starky. Angina is like a term for chest pain. If something is giving you angina, go see a doctor. If something is giving you vagina, go see, like, you know, go to a sex store, get some condoms. Safe sex. Welcome on, though. Good to have you. How you doing, you sweet bean? You sweet borb. Angina? Yes, that's the one. It's definitely a medical term that's fallen out of favor, and I wonder why. Think extreme thinking emoji. I guess the answer is probably just because it's like unclear. Like in general, I feel like we've like medical people have tended more towards like layman's terms. Like chest pain is, you know, it's like the difference between it's like, are you experiencing angina, or it's pronounced angina. Oh, okay, okay. Is it French? Oh hell yeah, another banger. It's like, so if it's French, suddenly it makes sense. It all makes sense. It all adds together. I've been learning French, and I think the thing I've learned about French is like, French as a spoken language isn't that bad. French as a fucking written language is a disaster. Like, I think that's the thing I've put together is like, they just don't give a shit when they're like, oh yeah, because, you know, wait, like for example, travail is work, so it'd be je travaille, I work, tu travailles, would be you work. It's pronounced the exact same way, but it's spelled differently. There's also like il travaille, elle travaille, and like again, there's like, it's like, if it has an E at the end, it's specifically feminine, but that's not fucking pronounced. Why is it spelled differently? France, why are you like this? I'm doing okay. Spring break in, and I'm back to doing class stuff. I mean, hopefully I had a good spring break at least. That's definitely, I remember how important spring break was to, like, just reset for my classes, because, like, God. Some of the classwork stuff got thrown into an ANOVA with stats and alkene reactions with, oh God, organic chemistry. French numbers are worse. Oh yeah, where 80 is just, 4-5 or whatever. It's 80 in French is literally 420s. Yeah, writing words in French was awful because all the silent letters. It's, like, once you realize that there's literally there's functionally no connection between the way a word is spelled and once it's pronounced, it's like, French becomes a little easier to deal with. Speaking of languages, what's with so many repo streamers pronouncing vase as vo? Quatre-vingt. I kind of just worked for money all spring break. Oh, that's fair. Well, hey, you got money to work with at least. That means more commissions. You can get more Borbart. So you did it. You did it too. Okay. To be fair, I was thinking I was doing the bit. It's almost like there's in my mind there's like a difference between like a vase and a vase. And and it's entirely contextual. The difference is entirely contextual. Like I feel like if it's just like a vase holding flowers in like a normal person's house, it's a vase. But the instant it becomes like a fucking like a Fabergé egg level, like, oh, this is from ancient China, it becomes a vase. And I think that might be what's happening, because repo I think takes place in a lot of like fancy locations, because you're basically stealing things from people's mansions. Oh, that's stupid. It's stupid, but I feel like it's like English is full of stupid shit like that. It's one of those things that's like, I feel like it's like silently understood. And I think it's primarily because we're making fun of the rich that the rich insist on calling them vase. Like, it's like, okay, you know, if someone brings me a vase of flowers, I'm like, yeah, that's very sweet of them. If someone brings me a fucking like a fucking ancient Chinese vase, I'm gonna be like, why would you do this? I don't want it in my house. If this thing breaks, I have to go bankrupt. You've given me the whitest of white elephants. Congratulations, you suck. Do not enter my home again. I don't care if it's a gift. I'm selling it as soon as possible. I mean, like, for real though. Like, that's actually like, you know, I don't necessarily need like gifts to be exclusively practical, but if you give me something like that where it's like it's worth hundreds of thousands, it's like how the Film Bros insist a movie is cinema. It's not the same thing. Cinema is just a pretentious name for movies. I would argue film is more pretentious. Cinema is just like, cinema's I would argue more corporate than it is a broken ancient Chinese vase. An ancestor lives in there. Yeah, it's like, okay, congratulations. You've now fucking invited like, you've now fucking invited like someone from the Ming Dynasty into my fucking house. Like, I have a ghost here. Thanks a lot, jackass. I don't know. I struggle with Eastern history. I can't remember if the Ming Dynasty is an actual thing or not. I want to say it is, but I might have completely fucked it up, and if so, I'm sorry. In Portuguese, cinema is the place you go. Yeah, in French, okay, cinema is literally French for movie theater. So like, I think it's again, everything pretentious has to do with the French. It also wouldn't surprise me if vase is how vase is pronounced in French. When in doubt, blame the French for being pretentious. I'd argue content is more corporate than cinema. That's fair. You're not wrong. Which is like, that's actually something I'm slowly working on my dialect. Or like slowly working out of my you know, my vocabulary. Is like, I'm no longer referring to things as content anymore. because it's I actually agree that it is like kind of unhealthy. There are times where I look at something, I'm like, that's content. Like Mr. Beast, that's content. That's not a YouTube video. That's not like, you know, you're not telling a story, you're making content. Have you heard of the Trauma series before, Starky? Like the Trauma Center series? I think I've heard of that. And yeah, I'll be honest with you, after watching the fucking shit show that was like there was so many like synopsis of like the Mr. Beast games. And it's like, this is just like a fascinating fucking it's fascinating the degree to which the Mr. Beast games like turn into like, yeah, let's just analyze like Jimmy Beast's fucking psychology through like what he thinks like games that like are, you know, are like, you know, psychologically interesting would be. You'd be surprised how many social media film bros insist that movie cinema isn't the same thing. Avengers Endgame is a movie. Killers of the Flowers Moon is cinema. They're both movies. Yeah, that's like one of those arguments that's like exclusively like a semantic argument. And stuff like that I don't engage with. I'm like, okay, call it whatever you want. It's shit. It's all shit. It's garbage. It's dog shit. I hate it. Also, we're about to run a last set of 3-minute ads. We run those every hour to turn off pre-rolls, so people don't immediately get blasted by Jeffrey Bezos' money-grubbing hands as soon as they join the stream. One of these days, the Jeffrey Bezos is at the fault for ads bit's actually gonna get me in trouble. I think it'd be really fucking funny if it does. Well, until that day, I'm gonna keep doing it. All right. Bezos' slutty little ads is a fucking wild way to put that. You're not wrong. Oh my god, it's the loophole. This song is so powerful. Hold on, I've missed the 5th base bit. Is that actually okay? So I've never been like one who's super conscientious of like bases. What do the bases mean? I actually like am completely unaware. I mean, I'm assuming like first base is kissing. The second base is like probably fondling. Home run is sex. So, like, is third base like a hand job? I'll be honest with you. I am completely detached from that level, like that particular aspect of. No third is sex. What's a home run then? Will I see where Starky's bases are? What is? Yeah. What is? Okay. First is presumably. Listen, I'm Demi. I don't understand this shit. This shit does not make sense to me at all. Not even remotely. Is that what the bases mean? Yeah, because like the idea is like, oh, it's like in like baseball parlance, it's like you made it to third base or whatever. It's like you got fucking you managed to like get this from a girl, which is like really a fucking toxic way of viewing relationships. My personal assessment would put those at those various locations. Wait, we sure first base is kissing and not a date or something? I feel like a kissing is like a more major milestone to reach in a relationship. Again, this is like very straight culture, derogatory. I'm way too demi for this shit. But you know, like that's the first is kissing, second is above the waist touching, third is a below the waist, fourth is sex, fifth is considered anal. Interesting. This is what people call them. Today I learned. Okay. I'll be honest with you. The nature of calling them bases, especially with the implication that you can steal a base, is like really fucking gross. I may have gotten morbidly curious about regular heart rhythms and maybe spent 30 minutes of my life learning what they sound like. Oh, I've entered sinus tachycardia before. That was a fun day. I'm fine, but like that was, you know, you just wake up and your heart's like, well, something's wrong with my chest. Sorry, Xanic, we closed the queue a little bit ago because we're actually getting ready to end the stream. But you know, I've actually experienced sinus tachycardia. It's not fun. Actually, I've experienced it probably 2 different times. One was the time I accidentally passed an amp of, well, it wasn't an amp, it was like a couple milliamps of AC voltage through my chest. Thank goodness gay relationships are perfect. That... oh. Yeah, they're so easy. To be fair, gay relationships are at least easier than straight relationships because gay people actually fucking talk to each other. There's like actual communication that takes place in a gay relationship. Whereas I feel like a lot of straight relationships is just like doing shit out of habit. But yeah. I mean, listen, I can shit on the straights all day. Literally, like, it's... Admittedly, like, okay, so when I say the straights, I should specify not every, like... Not every, like, heterosexual relationship I consider straight. It's everyone that's, like, very toxically heteronormative is what I consider a straight relationship. I'm happy to like men. Men are pretty neat. Men are also frustrating. I say that, but I've only been like in one serious relationship, so it's like, you know, I got some like, I guess it's not like inherently negative like viewpoints. It's just like I got information out of it, out of the way I approached it, and like knowing now more kind of what I'm looking for. I think like that's also the big thing is like I feel like with because there's such heavy overlap between like the you know the neurospicy community and the queer community. I feel like a lot of the times neurodivergent relationships end up working out a little bit cleaner because there's like this mutual understanding that like, hey, you know, this is like these are the coping techniques I've used to get this far in life. Like, it might not necessarily be ideal, and it's something we can talk on and work together, but it is something that, like, you acknowledge going into the relationship. So I feel like with every neurospicy relationship, there's, like, more acknowledge, like, you know, you're going into it with the acknowledgement that, like, hey, these are stuff that we're going to have to engage with, because, if I'm going to be in a relationship as someone with neurospicy, I'm not fucking, my social anxiety ain't dealing with some casual shit. the specific rhythms I was listening to had something called murmurs to them. It had an extra beat swooshing sounds to them. Yeah. Engage. Fire Emblem. Oh, god damn it. No. No, not engage. I say actual trauma response. Fuck that game. It's such dog shit. I appreciate people who can enjoy it, but like, it's such a bad game. Like, I'm sure it's fun from a gameplay perspective for the people who like really value gameplay, but like, half of why I end up playing a fucking Fire Emblem game is because there's a story. Half of the game being shit and half of the game being like it works is not like you know, it's not a recipe for success. I only enjoy it for Rosato. You know what? I respect Rosato too. That's fair. That's a valid reason to enjoy the game. It's so sad too because there are genuinely like interactions where I'm like, the writing could have been good. But also, I'll fucking say it. The VTuber designs look absolute dog shit in that game. They're not. And I don't think that's the artist's fault. Let me clarify that. Because I'm pretty sure that the person who did it is like a well-known VTuber artist. I should clarify, it's not the artist's fault. It's just not at all a good match for the gameplay style they were going for. Last song. Yeah. I don't think they should have hired a VTuber artist to make character designs for a video game where there's going to be like 60 to 70 odd characters. I don't think that's a good match. I know that like might be somewhat controversial, but it would be bangers and Tokyo Mirage Sessions. They're just like so busy is my big thing. It's like, if you have more than 5 of those characters models on the screen, I'm surprised the Switch isn't lagging because of all the bullshit that's going on with them. Which is like, it's fine if there's like, it's you know, it's the fucking, it's like the VTuber collab thing where it's like, VTuber collabs are special in part because they don't happen a lot of time. Admittedly, that's a trend that has changed a little bit depending on your VTubing size. But like, I feel like part of why it, you know, you have to keep in mind what you're working with is the fact that like, there we go, is the fact that like VTuber designs are very, very busy intrinsically. Because like the VTuber designer wants to show off what they're capable of doing, which like I understand, but also when there's like 6 of the damn things on the screen, my fucking eyes just blank over. It's like it's information overload. Anyways, this has been my like 7th time complaining about Fire Emblem Engage. But hey, at least this wasn't about the story. It was just about the character designs. God, I really do not know what they were thinking when they like greenlit that game. Fire Emblem Engage is your Amelia Perez. Honestly, kind of. Low-key. I got like 60% of the way through writing a script about like how much, about like the strangeness that is Fire Emblem Engage, where I was like, I'm not gonna have time to write, record, and edit this. I did the fucking math, and if you remove all of the astroturfing reviews, off of like, so like, you know, consider the fact that like it's a Nintendo game, of course it's gonna get really, really good, you know, writer reviews. Like, I actually took the time to like look through all of the user reviews and like remove all the ones that were clearly astroturfing either positively or negatively, and the game like has like a 58 if you remove all of the positive and like the 0 because someone rated this at 10 out of 10 and the 10 because someone rated this at 0 out of 10. Once you remove all that, it's a 58 out of 100. That's a bad game. That's like one of the worst games Nintendo's ever released. It's on par with 1-2 Switch. That's the level of the level of video game we're talking about in regards to like how poorly received Fire Emblem Engage was. But yeah, that was a little bit of ancillary research I was doing while writing up that script. All right, no, hold up a moment. Let me go and put, because we are actually at the end of the stream. So let me see who's live so we can read out. Thank you for coming to hang out. Hope you guys had a good time just vibing and being comfy. And let's see who's live. Let's see. I see Cyrus. I see Yarrick. Good work today, Starky. Well, thank you for coming to hang out. Hope you guys had a good time. Just like watching me, you know, chat myself silly. Wait, I feel like Pretty Wolf is never on this early. Hold up. I feel like we never, like, they're usually on like way later. I don't think I see him on this early, like, at all, ever often. Hold up a moment. I think I know who we're gonna raid. So there'll be let me go ahead and get the raid message ready. But yeah, use my emotes or reverse emotes you happen to have. Notably, if you aren't following, you can't use the heart emote outside because it is a follower emote. So unless you're subscribed, you can't use it other places outside here. But yeah, feel free to use the emoji one. Anyways, let's start the raid over to Protowolf. Because I don't think I've ever seen him like live this early. But yeah, anyways, I love you guys to bits. If this is your first time here, I'm StarkyMorph, Big A Chaos Creating Internet. I stream live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 7 to 10 p.m. EST. Mostly I play indie games. However, every Tuesday and Friday we try to learn some art, which we've been making a lot of progress on. I'm also surprised. I guess to be fair, if you do something for a year, you'll eventually figure it out. But yeah, if you like to stay up to date with the streaming, it'll be going live. Blue Sky is the place to be. At StarkyMorph over on that platform. I post general ramblings, you know, art that I make, art that I get commissioned, food pictures, which I need to be better about because I have a bunch of food pictures that from last weekend that I still need to post. Not this, I guess, before the weekend before last. But yeah. I have a YouTube if you'd like to catch up on the VODs there, see what we've been up to, see the cursed, you know, see the cursed. Admittedly, it doesn't have the music saved, otherwise I'd get, you know, nuked to DMCA hell. So yeah, that's something that that unfortunately, you know, we can't save the music, but hey, at least you get to experience it here. And you get to hear my ramblings if you're so inclined over on the YouTube. And then I have TikTok, or no, I don't have a TikTok anymore. The TikTok is dead. Fuck TikTok. And I have Discord if you can pop in there, say hello to Sweet and see the curse of this week's post. Alright, I'm gonna send you all over to Protowolf. It's not often I get a chance to rate him, so hey, let's take the opportunity. I love you guys to bits, and I will see you tomorrow for more art, as we are gonna be finishing up probably the line work at least for the new piece. Alright, love you guys. Bye!